talk some shit about a shitty AD.
Okay.
Cunts will be used a lot.
Are we going?
Let's do it. We're already going.
Oh, we're already going?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This week on Humpcast, Sonic reigns supreme at the box office. We got our first looks at Robert Pattinson's in the suits. It's like a plural. Rick Moranis is officially back in the movies, and trailers for something that has Pete Davidson in it, and Ryan doesn't hate it. You're listening to Humpcast. Welcome to Humpcast, everybody, the show where a couple of buds get buzzed, and we'll tell you the truth, not a lie. So believe us when we tell you that now is no time to die.
That was good.
It's a good setup.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Go,
Thank
bro.
you. I'm trying to be, I'm trying to get back.
better?
Trying
Can
to
you get
better?
back into what we used to do?
No, it's weird. Like I did this weird, like slumpy thing where it's like I got really good and then I just gave up for like a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I didn't write anything at all.
Yeah. That was, it got fun for me when you gave up that.
I'm doing it somewhere in between where it's like it's still fun, but I want some structure in there. My name is Garrett Lee,
I'm Ryan D.
and today we have here Mr. Steve Rogers.
Hey, he's back.
Back. You want? Okay. Yeah. Let my song play. Yeah, back again for second week in a row.
Yeah.
Were you here last week?
I was. 'Cause,
Last week?
Last week, remember we did the podcast, and then we got mad at Garrett's poor movie taste, and then we're like, we're coming back fucking tomorrow.
Right. That's right.
Well, we
That's
made my
right.
taste of the fact that I just hadn't seen the movies. Which,
no.
spoiler alert, I did watch.
That was last week,
we
yeah.
caught up.
Yeah,
we got.
that was
I
last
just
week.
hadn't seen The Thing and The Shining.
The Shining.
Yeah.
Which spoiler alert, and we will talk about it later, but not right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Is we did have a movie night and we watched The Shining and The Thing in that order. And we'll talk about that later on. So stay tuned.
Which I'm still happy the order we put.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
Oh, I agree.
You
Like,
gotta end with the thing.
Yeah, even though I hadn't seen both of them, I kind of had an idea, and I was like, I want to start with The Shining for sure.
Yeah.
And then we could move into it. But
so-
going into the show, we start off every episode with an alcoholic beverage of some sort. Today is no different. And let's start off with Ryan D. Well, you have two beers in front of you, but what did you first start with?
This is the from Avery Brewing, hazy-ish IPA, juicy and hazy India Pale Ale. It's about 7%. I'm already one deep, and then I went and grabbed what you're drinking.
Yeah, and that is actually a Belgian, which I'm going to crack open my second one since I got my glass here. It is a Golden Monkey from Victory Brewing Company. It's a Belgian-style triple ale with added spice, and it's fucking delicious.
It is pretty damn good.
If you're a fan of Belgians at all, I am, where it's not overly malty or hoppy, but you get a nice clean beer, high alcohol, good amount of, I want to say, light fruit and spice. If your local liquor store has some of these, I'd recommend them highly.
Yeah, Victory does some good shit.
I don't think I've ever had a victory.
Yeah.
You want to try this one?
Yeah, later. For my next one, I'll try that.
Okay, cool.
If you have any more.
Yeah, I got a 6-pack of both of these.
We're going to butt chug them, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only difference. I heard they're better through your anus.
You guys let me know how that goes.
Everything's better through your anus, bro.
It's true. It's true. Victory Brewing Company, Downington.
Who was the first person to do
Pennsylvania?
that, by the way?
Butt chug?
Not even butt chug, but like people like stick drugs up the butt. Like, it's like, oh, it gets in your system faster. Who was the first person to do that?
Steve-O.
What was it, like cocaine in the 70s, and someone's like, yo,
That's what I'm saying.
I got a stuffy nose.
I gotta say, sometime in the late 60s or early
She's like,
70s,
yo, hear me out right now. Like, I'm really sick.
Well-
I can't get this in. I need you to get a straw and blow it up my butt.
Yeah, blow it up. Yeah. I think because like even in like Wolf of Wall Street, he was doing that to some chick and like
Yeah, but why?
he was blowing a straw of coke into her
If I
butthole.
was hanging out with some people and they're like, yo, can you do me a favor and blow this up my ass? I'm like, yo, the party's over.
But
you
a
weirdo.
hot girl though.
I don't even eat ass, so you know I'm not
God,
blowing
that's right.
blowing
You're
some girl's
fucking-
butt.
You're picky, bro.
I'm not picky. I'm smart.
You're fucking picky,
I don't
bro.
want
Do you
the
eat
shit
ass?
mouth.
You know.
No, I don't know. I do not, or I have not, at least. I don't.
I've sailed the sloppy seas before.
Okay.
The shitty seas.
Yeah. I think they called it the Brown Ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah. You never tongue punched a fart box before?
Not.
No.
Not my thing.
You guys aren't living life to the fullest, bro.
The pink hole is my favorite. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Me too.
I'll put my mouth there.
Me too. But sometimes, You need some flavor.
Why jump in the sewer when you don't need
Hey,
fucking
man.
shit comes out of there. Shit comes out
Hey,
of there.
bro.
If God were a city planner, he
Yo.
wouldn't put a playground next to a sewage system.
Yo, it's especially like now with Twitter and social media, you find out motherfuckers don't wash their legs, and you want me to just like go down
What
there and
the
start
fuck? Okay,
munching
so that-
on some
look.
dirty asshole? Like, no,
No.
You like the taste of poo, and it's okay. But that's your thing.
That's not
I'm
it.
not king shaming. It's just
Nah,
not for
bro.
me.
Yeah. Let's put that out there for sure. It's just
just
like
wanna-
I don't get it. I'm kind of really
Okay.
oddly. I'm logical, so I'm like that makes no sense to me. Why does that feel good to anyone?
I mean,
No.
look, I don't know. Some girls like it too.
Yeah, I know it's a thing. But it's
I'm gonna
just
ask you
like,
something. You can answer if you want. Have you ever gotten your fart box tongue punched?
Okay. It's been attempted a few times, and I like every time it's happened to where like it's almost happened. I'm like
Nope.
I get too self-conscious for them.
Yeah.
Like if I feel like I would let them.
I don't know what your diet's been like. I don't know if it's been greasy. Like,
I
what'd you
know
do
what your
today?
diet's been like. So I'm like, I don't
Well,
know.
that's what I'm saying.
The fact
for
that
me,
it's been attempted multiple times is baffling.
for me, I'm like, I feel like they're more of a savage for trying to get into my butthole,
Yeah.
than like me eating their butthole. You know.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, if they let me do it to them, like, bro, I'm fucking
understandable.
gross. I have hair back there. It's hot. Like, it's fucking disgusting. And like, and sometimes, yeah. And I've had some real fucking animals like try and get back there and like, like change my die position, try and fucking eat my ass. And it's
She
like,
tried to put your ankles over your
yeah,
head.
dude. And I was already uncomfortable with that. And then I was like, well, and then like, cause I like it like under the balls. Like,
Yeah.
that feels
Yeah,
great.
yeah,
But
yeah.
then she went a little further south, and then she got there, and I was like, you don't want to do that.
Yeah.
You don't.
like, are
that's
you sure
not-
though?
Yeah, maybe not go any further than that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I had Mexican today and Indian yesterday. Like, I don't think
Yeah,
that's
it was.
the best place for you to be.
I think we were at like a fair that day too. It was.
Oh,
like,
dude, you're walking around all fucking
funky
swamp ass.
funk.
Like, no.
Yeah. To be fair, I don't know. I mean, like I've been hammered every time I eat ass though, so that's probably.
Everything tastes good when you're drunk.
Let me ask you then. Like, so do you like going down there yourself then? Because it's obviously you're initiating it.
I mean,
or-
I don't care.
I mean, you don't get like. Do you? Are you?
I mean, I
are they
always like-
asking
I
you,
always
or,
like
or
going
did you
down.
just do it?
No, I just do it, and then depending on the reaction, then I just keep doing it.
Okay. Yeah, makes sense.
I mean, because I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it more if they didn't want me to.
Obviously.
Yeah.
But it's never like necessarily, hey, fucking eat my asshole. You're just like, I'm here now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, it's just weird to me because I know a lot of people.
I mean, what do you do? It's just staring at you sometimes. You gotta require some
There's
attention.
other things you can stare
There's
at.
a lot of things. A lot of other things
I'm
you
not
can do.
staring passionately in
So
someone's
many.
fucking
It's just-
asshole.
It's like right there.
So
Like,
many other
especially if
things.
they're like sitting on your face. It's just their butt little.
They're sitting on your face is a whole nother hole, like
It's a
less
cute,
than.
It's a cute.
It's like an
butthole.
inch away.
It's a cute butthole right in your eye hole.
Yeah, it sounds like pink eye
Yeah,
and hepatitis.
Okay.
Yeah.
it's Ryan's favorite.
I like buttholes.
How did we get here?
Okay, let's backtrack real quick. So we were talking about.
We're 2 minutes into this goddamn podcast.
It started because.
Welcome to Humpcast, everybody. The show where a couple of buds talk about eating assholes.
I don't know. You started.
No,
it.
because I brought up like someone said something about drugs at the butt or something in the butt.
You
I'm
did.
like,
Oh, you
Or
did.
you- yeah.
Oh, I said butt chugging. That's what I.
butt chugging.
okay.
Butt chugging. I'm like, who started that? And like, go back further. Like, who's like was the first person to blow
Right.
blow
That's
drugs in
how it
someone's
started.
butt?
Because then he was like,
That's a hell of a salesman. Like, yo, sit down. I got a proposition for you. I need you to blow this in my asshole.
Yeah.
Don't make it weird.
I don't know, man.
But then there's also fucking fucked up people that'll take shots of alcohol through their eye.
Yeah, it's frat boys.
That's probably the first person to butt chug something was probably a frat boy.
If I'm getting fucked up, like
Possibly against
if-
his
if the outcome
Will.
is getting fucked up, I probably wouldn't second guess most things. That's the fucked up thing.
True.
But it's I feel like it's like why that fast? You're just like, yeah, I can get fucked all these ways that are tried and true, but I need it faster.
Immediately.
To be a pioneer.
Yeah. To be different.
Pretty much.
Anyway,
Anyway, we did other things this week. It was-
Yeah, let's talk about
we
other
went,
things.
we went
My bad.
straight into eating ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, speaking of eating
mean-
ass, tell us about your weekend.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
So you guys,
Okay. Where do we start?
if you follow Humpcast or these guys on social media, you saw that they were filming some shit.
Yes, we were filming. I do a monthly comedy show at Route 66, which is not exactly the entire reason why we wanted to do this thing. We had been talking about doing this sketch for months.
Yeah.
And just because at Route 66 Roadhouse and Tavern in Doherty, we had this idea to do like a Western theme kind of style sketch and
like
bar fight
for promo for the show.
promo for the show, but also to give us another outlet to kind of
just be creative and do things.
and do something.
Yeah.
And which we did, and everything went okay.
Yeah, the shoot went as well as it could have gone for some of the things that happened.
Well, let's preface this by saying every fucking time we tried to make this happen,
people were dropping out.
People would drop out, and then we dwindled down to no crew.
Yeah.
By the time shoot
It's like
day.
we talked to you guys. We put it on the calendar.
Who was in charge of this? Because I was hearing that you were talking about other people, but like who was like?
It was just us two.
It was just us two.
It was your idea and your.
It was Ryan's idea, and I wrote it.
It was my idea. Steve wrote the script, which is usually how it works. Steve gets my jumbled ideas down on paper.
Yeah.
And then
You just send him a crayon drawing of things that you want.
And I'm like, all right, it's like looking
Put
at
this in
hieroglyphics.
words.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
got it.
speak Ryan fluently, so I'm like, okay, this is how. Now make it make sense.
yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, and so it was us, and then or the problems we've had before is like, yeah, we don't have a crew. We would find people, we'd have meetings with them, we'd set it down, send them script, we talk about it, and then we put a calendar. This is when we're shooting, this date, and then that's it. And then we would do all our stuff behind the scenes, try to get actors,
Try to get things going on,
and then
and then
the week of. Camera guy's like, oh, like, hey man, you ready? And he's like, no, like I got another job. And we're like, what do you? Why? And he's like, well, I haven't heard from you guys. Like, okay,
It's been 2 fucking weeks.
it's been
dude.
2 weeks,
We just talked to
and
you.
we put it on the calendar.
Yeah.
We talked, and we're like, this is what we're doing. We put it on the calendar, and you're like, oh, well, I haven't heard from you in 2 weeks, so I got something else. You didn't think to fucking reach out and call us at some point? Like, we put it on the calendar. We expect you to be
So stuff
professional
like
and be
that
there.
So stuff like that kept fucking. It happened like 3 fucking times.
Yeah.
And then it was just so fucking. So then finally,
We
like,
found an AD.
yeah, we found
Found an AD, which
That's
I was.
good. That's good.
It should
Yeah.
be good.
Should
Well, I
be-
was
should
excited
you
about
would think
it.
it'd be good.
I was excited about it when we first brought her on, only because like a lot of things we do is like usually me trying to do all the behind the camera stuff
Sure.
my own, and I get spread thin. And like, if I have an AD, it helped me out, let me focus on other things. And so Ryan found this girl on Facebook, or she messaged you.
Yes.
Let's not say her name. Let's just
Yeah,
leave it at that.
well,
Let's just not say her name.
Yeah, we're yeah.
We'll call her. We'll just call her.
It rhymes with schmunt.
No. No, I was going to say we can just call her that bitch. And so people know what
Yeah.
we're talking about. Well, that bitch. And so we, she messaged you.
At Danny, yes, I will be there at 8:00 right after the show.
He's like, well, you never messaged me, so I'm not gonna go.
no. So she messaged Ryan because you put it out there because we were trying to find people because I think people dropped out again. And so this girl messaged you. She's like, oh, I'm an AD. Help you guys out, whatever, do her thing. And so we set up a meeting. Yeah.
Oh wait. Oh shit. That's right. And so the meeting was already fucked for us.
Yeah,
So
'cause
we
we-
felt like we felt bad for making this chick wait on us because we ended up.
We ended up hanging out.
It was a weird night.
It was a very weird night. There was some. I gave some lap dances. I was taking shots of spiced rum.
I'm aware of our weird night, so I was like, I can only imagine.
I mean, next thing we knew, it was 5 a.m. We were wasted on fucking spiced rum.
Kirkland spiced rum, the good shit.
I was gonna say that is actually the good shit.
Yeah.
In Rialto, and we have a meeting.
In Rialto, we have a meeting in Long Beach.
If
at
I drink
noon.
more rum, I'd have another bottle, but I drank that bottle and I didn't replenish
Anyway,
it.
so we met up with her at like 2.
Yeah, we were late. We were like 2 hours late.
2 hours late because and I mean I had thrown
And
up in the middle of the night.
Violently hungover. We all threw up throughout the night. Like,
Yeah.
we were violently hungover, and we met her at Ballast Point.
I had puke on my pants.
You puked on the door. I just remember the one girl. She was like, "Who threw up on the door?" And then you're, that was me from the other couch. It's like, Jesus Christ! It's like we're a mess. We didn't expect that night to happen
No,
like that.
not at all.
It was just
We
one
never
of
knew.
those-
We're never
Not
like,
at
hey, you want to
all.
come over and we'll get. Actually, you know what the weird part is? A lot of times we will be like, hey, you want to come over? We'll just get weird. It doesn't really turn that crazy.
wasn't even come over,
It's
get
always
weird.
the
That's
unexpected.
the unexpected ones that
nights.
get really weird.
There's
Yeah.
and then someone out of the blue is like, you want to take butt chugs?
No, because most of the time I keep
You
it
wanna-
pretty.
you
I keep
wanna
it
eat
pretty
my butt?
calm.
You want to eat my butt?
Most of the time I keep it pretty calm.
put it out
Ryan
with beer.
knows that, like when I'm drinking. But then we're like, oh, you can stay the night here. I'm like, okay, so I can wild out a little bit and
Yeah.
drink more than I usually.
Yeah, and plus we were like, there was a couple chicks we were trying to impress too. I think so. Like they were also drinking with us, like shot by shot. So it
Yeah.
was like
Yeah.
it ended up being it was wild.
Yeah, there's karaoke, lap dances, and puke.
It was wild.
And so we were late meeting her the first time. So we both felt bad. but she was just like talking. She was talking a big game and name dropping a lot, which I don't really like because it's just like
I run into a lot of those.
Just name dropping, and she wanted to replace me before she even met me.
That's true.
You know, she was just like, "Oh, I got this guy's going to direct." And I was like, "Well, my friend to direct," and he's like, "No, I think it'd be better with this other dude." I'm like, "You haven't even fucking seen anything I've done, or even talked to me, but you're trying to like get rid of me."
Yeah.
And so
and that was her thing too. Was like, dude, that's what annoys me so much about where we're getting fucking to anyway. But anyway, so yeah, she said shit like that, and she's like, "What do you want?" And I was like, I know Steve. We worked together before. I was like, we have the same. We're on the same fucking page.
Yeah.
He knows what I want. Like this is you know.
Yeah.
We've worked together and all this stuff. And she was just like, well, do you want it done or do you want it done right?
Yeah.
And I was like,
I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Like, bitch, I know what I'm doing. Like, I know what I'm doing.
She's never met you.
Never met me. Just assumed I knew nothing.
No, this
Just
is
some
this is a
rando
text
person.
exchange between me and her.
Yeah.
Random person's like, okay, I know. Like, she could basically be like, I know you have like Steven Spielberg, but what about my friend?
Yeah. Your friend doesn't know how to direct. He doesn't know how to do anything. So we're going to use my guy. I'm like, you've never met him.
That's
you don't know his name. You've never
immediate
seen
red
it.
flag, though.
Yeah.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then we make the meeting hungover as shit. But that was our bad on that day. So we felt like pieces of shit for making her wait.
Yeah.
But she was like, very talkative, very fucking, a little intense, and so like, and the both, especially for the both of us being so hungover, was just like, stop yelling.
Yeah.
And eventually what we came down to was she was into it, but wanted like to run the script by a friend of hers.
Yeah,
for,
to
like,
do a
notes,
rewrite.
To
Yeah,
do a
notes.
rewrite, and we were like, totally cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's do that. And then.
Then
Nothing happened.
Yeah, then like a couple weeks later, like we talked to her again, or like a week later, we had another meeting, and then we're all in. I think we had a phone call if we met her in person, but she's like, "Oh, Steve, like, how's that that rewrite going?"
Right, that's what it was. Yeah,
And I was just like, "What are you talking about?"
that's what kept
She's
happening.
Like, she's like, "Oh, you were supposed to do a rewrite." I was like, "No, it wasn't. You said you were going to send it to your guy, and you guys were going to do some notes and like give me notes, and so I can do a rewrite. That never happened." She's like, "No, you were supposed to like just rewrite it yourself."
Yeah.
She's like, "Fucking no."
Yeah.
Okay, and then for me, I'm like, I'm not rewriting shit. Like, like this is we're gonna do what we do. And so it kept happening things like that. It'd be like, all right, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna find a sound guy, and then like we have another talk.
I can do costuming was another one too.
I can do costuming. I know all these people. Like this person that worked on this person that worked at that. But
we're like, yeah, totally, come on. And then like every time we would meet, it was all the same shit.
And it would always like, hey, how's the costumes coming?
It's like, what the
you
fuck?
said you were gonna do that.
Yeah.
You know?
Did you screenshot any of these and like send them to her?
I did one. I did one of them, and I sent it right back to her. And I was like, I don't know what you think I'm supposed to do, but this is what you said.
Yeah, this is what you said you were going to do.
And what they'd be like, that doesn't look like me.
And she's like, oh, right. And then like, whatever.
Yeah, then it wouldn't happen. It's like, like I wrote the script, I did a storyboard of what we're going to do, and she's like, okay, I'll do a shot list. Cool, same thing. Hey, is the shot list done yet? I was like, no. Because you said you were going to do it.
Do the shot list.
And I was like, fuck it, I'll just do it. And then I thought about it. I'm like, I already did a storyboard. I know what shots we need. I'm not going to do a fucking shot list too. Like, this is...
Right.
I'm not.
Yeah.
You know? I already know what we need to shoot. I drew it out. And I can't draw
Not
worth
only
of
that,
shit.
we ended up doing way more than we actually needed on the shot list anyway. Or different things that... Since Billy had all that different...
Yeah, he had the different gear that we didn't know he had. And so, yeah, we changed some of the shots up. And so
That's good.
It
Like
worked.
more is always better because you would always edit out, but you can't edit it
Oh,
in.
yeah, I mean, but thank God for the guy, Billy, that... I ended up bringing on board because I've been wanting to work with this dude forever. He does like videos and what? Oh, shout out Billy.
I was like, don't look at what I'm doing.
Yeah, David, fuck that bitch.
Don't look at what I'm doing.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, shout out Billy.
Shout out Billy. Billy, fuck, what's his last
Eilish.
name? No.
No?
What's his last name?
I don't know, Billy Danger.
King Rock Photo on Instagram.
Skelly.
Yeah.
Billy Skelly. We had him on the show. Yes.
Yeah.
So Billy does photography for music, for bands.
Yeah, live
bands
yeah.
and live video and stuff. He's like legit, dude. And so he had done a few music videos and weddings and shit like that. So like he was trying to he wanted to. I'd hit him up about doing something like this like a long time ago, but he was so busy, it just wasn't working out. So and also, so this bitch fucking said she was gonna try.
She said she was going to get bottles. She did breakaway bottles. She didn't do it.
Didn't do any of that.
Everything she said she was going to do, she didn't do.
Oh wait, so I have a question then. You did post this, so it's out there. You got hit in the head with a bottle. Is that a real bottle?
No.
Okay.
No, it's fake.
No, come on, dude.
We had.
Oh, no, I'm fucking wondering. I don't know.
Yeah, no,
we had 4 bottles.
I was like, how gorilla shit did you do?
Oh,
this?
okay.
We'll get into the bottles.
We'll get to the bottles.
We'll get to the shoot day. with this fucking that bitch.
So she also says she's
let's calm down with the B words.
So
okay, I'll stop doing that.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you know me.
So we're talking,
It's just this specific schmunt.
Yeah, just that one.
yes.
Just her.
Just her.
Yeah.
She also says, and so we're having a hard time. So we're like, cool. Well, there's the three of us here. We can try and get like the rest of a crew going because she's talking about getting a sound guy. That doesn't happen. She talks about, but then she knows we have no budget and starts throwing around fucking numbers like we can just pay people.
Yeah.
And it's like, no,
This guy said he'll do it for only 5 G's.
No, but like, yeah, no, she knew from the beginning, like we didn't have it. And it didn't happen. It didn't make it any better that I lost my job. So I'm like, I can't contribute anything right now besides my time.
Right. So,
but yeah, she kept like, we got to spend like this much money on this. It's going to cost this. I'm like, yo, we don't. You know we don't.
Yeah. So then it comes down to this. So then she goes, oh, you tell her what she says about Stephen Briggs, right?
Oh yeah, she's like, oh yeah, we can use Stephen Briggs. He's a nationally renowned, known like touring comic. I'm like, yeah, I know Briggs,
dude.
I've met him.
Stephen Briggs is my friend. Like,
yeah, but she's throwing these names out there, these
like
people,
as if we don't know who these people are. She's like, oh yeah, and he worked with Pauly Shore. You know Pauly Shore.
Not even Pauly. Pauly Shore. She's like, oh yeah, he's worked with like this person who does this, and Pauly Shore, who's also a filmmaker. I'm like, I know who the fuck Pauly Shore
like the
is.
Weasel, bro.
Yeah, but she would just name drop these people.
Please tell me more about Pauly Shore. Who is this Pauly Shore you guys?
Like, you're not impressing anybody. We don't give a fuck.
So then she's like, okay, Briggs said he'll do it for like $200, and I was like, what the fucking? Wait a minute, what are you talking about? And I'm like,
this is my friend.
Yes.
Like, no.
And I was like, hold on. So then she's going back and forth with like Stephen Briggs, and then I'm like, hold up, we don't even have a fucking date yet. We don't have a shoot date. And then I was like, we need to move it back further. So I was like, because we don't have him locked in, and I don't even know if I can fucking pay him.
Yeah.
And we don't know what his gear is. We don't know. And she was like, and then she's
like,
like, yeah, you're right. He might not be the best. I'm like, yeah, because he's a fucking comedian.
He's not.
Nothing
that's
against
not what
Stephen
he does.
Briggs, dude. Like he's a fucking great comic. And he's a great dude, but like, he's not a fucking videographer. He's not a fucking. He's not a DP. Like,
yeah.
So
it sounds like you're having the best time working with this chick so far.
This is all very stressful. But in my head, I'm trying to be positive. I'm like, look, she's annoying and she kind of sucks with this pre-production stuff. But maybe she'll like tighten up and she'll be good on set.
She'll be good on set to help us round up some fucking extras. She can set up Crafty,
help
shit
set
like
up
that.
shots. Yeah.
She did not. Okay, hold on. Okay, wait. Let's back up more.
Okay.
Back up more. So then.
Oh yeah. Then she wanted to pay her travel.
Yeah.
She asked me like, can you pay me $40 for travel? She doesn't have a car. She's riding like the bus.
The bus. That's like $12.
Yeah, to Orange, but she wants $40 for travel, and she's staying with us.
Yeah, what the fuck?
You want us to house you for free, but pay you $40 to ride the fucking bus from Orange to El Monte?
Yeah,
like,
dude. It was
be reasonable.
Fuck,
like,
dude.
what do you would be reasonable?
I'm taking Uber XL, you guys.
Okay, so then eventually, finally, I set a meeting with the owner of the bar because she's talking about like doing an overnight shoot, and I was like, that is a worse idea.
I've done it. I did it for the pilot.
And I was like, and it's terrible for whoever works at the bar.
Yeah, because they gotta be there.
Because they have to be there all night. And she's like, well, why can't they just give us a copy of the key? I'm like, why the fuck would they just leave us a copy of the key?
Yeah.
To lock? I'm like, they do not trust me that much. Like,
Yeah.
we're a group of fucking people coming in. I'm like, and I'm an alcoholic. I'll drink something if I have the key by myself.
100% I will drink their
Yes. And anyway, so I finally set up a meeting, and she bails on the meeting.
Yeah,
but it's for me, Steve, and Billie to meet with the owner to set up a date, like a shoot date, and whatever works best for her. Because then I was like, okay, I'm like, every other fucking person, like camera guy, has bailed. I'm like, but Billie's my friend, and I think at least he'll, at the very minimum,
The friend guilt.
Yeah, he'll feel guilty. So,
Yeah.
And that's the entire basis of our friendship.
pretty much. No, he crushed, man. He was so
Yeah,
fucking
Billie
good.
was great. Can't say
Yeah,
anything
he
more positive
was
about
awesome.
Billie.
But like, anyway, he comes in. We chat. We have a beer. We talk. And he's just like, yeah, dude. Like, I'm free that day. Like, as long as it's just like a day shoot. Like, if anything changes, just let me know. I can do it. He's like, and then they exchange a fucking
we exchanged numbers, contact
numbers,
info,
and a gear list. He told us everything he had, what we can work with, what we had, and then like fucking radio silence from everybody except for you and me for like a couple weeks, and I'm just rounding up extras, and I'm trying, and then I'm like, so the breakaway bottles, I can't.
Yeah.
Oh, I go on my little tour, so that's why
Oh, you were gone for a week.
I was gone. So this is like the last thing on my mind, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then So then he calls me like when I'm on the last day. So I was like,
Oh,
I
yeah.
got to order those bottles. You're right. Okay,
Yeah.
so we got to get breakaway bottles. Like that's the most important thing. And so like I get back, I do my research. I find a place that will let me come pick them up like day of, and they're the same price as they are online. So it's not like
Yeah,
so,
you order them online, you had to wait like a couple weeks for them.
yeah,
to
then they
actually
weren't going to
make
come in
them.
time, and I was like afraid they weren't going to come in time and shit like that. So,
Yeah.
so I fucking drive out there. I get 4 bottles. They're like, it comes out to about $20 a piece.
Yeah.
And drive back, and so I'm going too far to the day. To the
You're
shoot
jumping.
day.
Let's
Yeah.
just start with shoot day. We had already talked about it.
Hold on. The day before.
The day before, okay.
we let's start there. Okay.
Day before Friday night, we're hanging out. I think Friday night we're hanging out. I think, and then we were just kind of complaining about the AD, and
then we had that meeting with Rob, who was our main actor.
yes, and we were talking about like, do we need her at this point? Because
Yeah.
she's done
Nothing.
Nothing.
Like,
and
it was I dropped all this money. I had just got all this money, all this stuff, all these. All the things for like craft services for everybody coming in.
Yeah.
I bought all the fucking bottles. He wrote the script. We got the camera guy, and
Yeah.
we got sound going. Like I'm like, we
At
don't
this
need
point, did she do anything?
nothing.
And so, like, I tried to be optimistic at first. I'm like, maybe she'll be good on set, but it's just like, dude, she's been worthless the entire time. Has done nothing. Has just been talking a big game and name dropping. She's done nothing. Like, I don't think we need her at this point. Like I got this. Like, I'll just do it all. Me and Billie would do it. And so we considered that day, like, maybe we should just tell her not to come. And then we didn't. and then we didn't.
Well, then she called us
Yeah.
the day before.
Because she was calling us
She
before
was
that,
calling-
and
yeah.
we weren't answering.
And neither of us wanted to answer it.
Yeah.
And and then she was like, "Oh well, it's okay." So okay, let's go. Okay, it's back up to the night before the shoot. Right?
Saturday. Yeah.
Saturday.
Yeah, we
So
met with Rob.
We met with Rob. We went
Yeah.
over the script. We talked about a few little like stunt things just to
Yeah.
get an idea of what we are gonna do because none of us had ever fucking done any stunt coordination. We were just like, we're kind of gonna wing it.
Yeah.
I was like, I think we should meet up and at least talk about what we're gonna
Talk
do.
it through and, like,
talk
make
it
it make
through so
sense.
that way. And I'm so glad we did because
Yeah.
it ended up being a lot easier the next day. Because if we just went in there trying to figure it out as we went along, it would not have been that
Yeah.
great. But. So we just, we made little script notes like, okay, this will be the first bottle hit. This is where we'll do this. This is where we'll do that.
This is
So
how we
that
get 'em
just-
across the bar,
That way
like,
we get some blocking,
Yeah.
situated and whatnot. But so that goes great. The meeting with Rob goes fucking awesome. So then we call girl and
Just call her the AD.
And,
we called the AD.
and
Called girl.
No.
This is Bird Box.
but she had also tried to call both of us. Like she called me like twice or something.
Yeah, she called me like twice.
Neither of us
too.
had answered.
We didn't, yeah.
And
She text you?
No.
No, she just called.
She just called.
Well, that's her first problem.
Well, even if she texted me, I wouldn't have responded. I wouldn't have opened it.
So then I text, hey, I'm in a meeting with Steve and our actor right now. So I was like, if you want, you can call right now and we'll talk.
Yeah.
So she calls. And it's all the same shit.
Yeah.
Everything we fucking like. And she's like, "Oh, good. Oh, good. I'm so glad you guys took care of that. Oh, good." Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
you fucking
Yeah.
bitch. Like,
Yeah,
this is
these are
all-
the things
these are
that
the things
you-
you were supposed to do, and we all did it because we picked up your stupid slack that you didn't fucking.
Exactly.
Anyway, so then
She was talking about she was like going to take a nap, and then she's like she'll leave and probably get to El Monte at 6.
she
Because
said,
we even told her the trains, what trains to take.
right. I
to
was like,
get-
go to El Monte Station. That's closest to me. She was like, well, I can take the Gold. She's like, I'd have to go to the Union Station. I was like, don't do that. Just take the fucking Metro Link
Yeah.
to the El Monte Station.
Yeah.
Because she's coming from like Orange County, which is Garden Grove, which is not
Yeah.
not even
not that far.
fucking far.
Yeah.
So anyway,
So
she's planning on.
I want to
stand-up-
go back real quick just because you said she hit you up from Facebook, right?
Yeah.
How did were you already friends or did she?
But yeah, apparently. Because I put a post up
Yeah.
trying to get crew members to do this thing for us.
Okay,
That's what it was. That's how it all
And
started.
she responded.
but you guys were already friends. Like, did you know her
She
at all?
claims to be a comic.
Well, that happens a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if she is.
We had a lot of mutual friends.
There's a lot of randos with a bunch of mutual friends that hit me up too, and I'm like,
Yeah. Anyway, so and she wants to stay at one of our places the night before the shoot because The shoot's closer to our place.
She doesn't have a ride. She wouldn't be able to get there.
She wouldn't be able to get there at 6 a.m. You know, so
Fair enough.
right. So
if you were
I'm
doing
like,
something.
so I go okay, and mind you, the both of us got a weird vibe from her at one of the last meetings with her.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, this is where you got the weird vibe?
no, like
no.
a sexual vibe.
Yeah.
Like she wanted to fuck one of us. You know?
And it was just like,
And so
not
that's
me.
why
She showed up and she's just wearing a trench coat. She's like, y'all ready?
Yeah, like
So that's
she,
why the
Who's ready to get their butthole licked?
she just like we had a meeting and she just out of nowhere just started being overly sexual and talk about how she's horny and hasn't been like fucked.
She's like, yeah, my pussy's so dry right now. And it's just like, oh my god,
That turns everybody on.
yeah, and so it was just like, what the
she
where the
was so
fuck
gross,
did this come
dude.
from?
And then, like,
yeah.
That sandpaper pussy.
Oh,
then, like,
God.
yeah, and so it made me really uncomfortable.
It's like, oh, okay.
Like neither of us wanted her in our house.
You got
No,
me too'd
no.
by this woman.
Yeah, no, because
Yeah.
we're like, I'm like, so one of us is gonna fuck her. I'm like, I don't, not me,
Not me.
Like,
Nuh-uh.
no. I'm like, I don't want to stay in my place. Like, plus I got no room. I'm gonna have her sleep on the couch. Like, no.
Well, yeah. So, and sadly, I had
the spare room.
I had the spare room, and I had somebody. I had the person I'm seeing come over.
Yeah.
So that way, I had like don't even fucking dare come in my room.
Don't even try it.
In the middle of the night, you just heard like trying to open the door.
Hey Ryan, can we go over something real quick?
No.
Ryan, can I see you in my room real quick?
Oh, God.
Ryan, can I see? No, not you. Ryan, I need to see you in my room.
Okay, hold on. So this is what happens. We have that call. We tell her what train to take to get to the El Monte station that's near Ryan so he can pick her up. She's like, all right, I'm going to like take a nap. I'm going to leave at 6, right? Something like that. She can leave at 5 or 6 or get here at 6. And then we leave because we met earlier. And I go home and I do whatever the hell I was doing. And then around like 6:30, she starts calling me. And I don't answer because I'm like, what the fuck do you want? Like, we already talked. So she's calling me. I don't answer. She texts me. She's like, hey, I can't get a hold of Ryan. So I was like, okay, he's probably asleep. You know, like,
Right.
I'll call him. I called you. You didn't answer. I'm like, yeah, he's definitely asleep.
No, I did knock out for a bit. At that
Yeah,
time,
that's what I figured. Like, yeah, I'm like, you're asleep. Because if I called you, you usually pick up or text back. I'm like, all right, he's out. And I'm like, he's
Yeah, it was like 6 o'clock, right?
Yeah.
So then, okay, yeah. So then this is the night before, and then I get up and I get a text from the person I'm saying she wants me to come over. So
Harvey Weinstein.
yes.
No.
So no.
No.
So she wants me to come over. So I'm like, okay. So I'll go over there, and then I text her back. I text the AD back, and I go, hey, what's up? I'm gonna go hang out with my chick for a little bit, but let me know when you're in town. I'll leave to go get you.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, really? Like the night before the shoot? Don't you think we should focus on a few things? And I'm like,
Yeah, because that's what I did. I went to my friend's.
oh, you fucking bitch right now.
Yeah.
Please inform me on what exactly we
Yeah, because she tried to give me shit
should
too.
focus on.
'Cause,
Yeah.
she asked me about some stuff. I'm like, oh, it's my friend's going away party. I'm gonna go do that. And she's like, oh, will we have a shoot tomorrow? Like, you shouldn't. I'm like, I'll be there on time. Like, don't worry about what I'm doing.
Right,
you
right,
know?
right. Oh,
And
that's
then-
right. Yeah.
And then she gave you shit
She
about
gave me
going.
shit about going over there, and then it was like, okay, but then she didn't even show up. She didn't get into El Monte until 12:30
midnight.
midnight.
Midnight 30. She rolls into town. Now I'm out at this point, because I'm like, I gotta be able.
That's
to
how long I had to wait for her.
Yeah.
But she's giving me shit for being out, and I'm like, oh yeah, she's probably gonna stay with me tonight, and whatever. And she was like, oh, but we got the shit. Fuck you. Fuck
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
You useless fucking AD. Useless.
So I go and I pick her up, and then like, oh my god. So we all go back to the house, and then I'm just like, I gotta go to bed. I'm gonna eat.
Yeah.
I'm gonna eat this burrito, and I gotta knock out. Like, we gotta be up at fucking 5. You know.
Yeah.
So I show her the extra room, and she's talking. And talking. I'm just like, just fuck off. Just please, go to bed. Like,
go to
God.
bed. Because the one thing like about the shoot, like when I would tell everybody, like, oh yeah, we're shooting at 6 a.m. and things like that. Everyone's like, is Ryan gonna be there on time? I'm like, fucking yes, we'll be there on time.
Right.
Like, we'll be fine.
Right. And this is what sucks. Is that I was actually up at 5 in the
Yeah,
fucking
because you
morning.
text me first. Because I was up and I already hit the snooze and I was just laying there. I'm like, all right, I gotta get up. And then
everyone-
And then Ryan texts me. He's like, morning. I'm like, great. We're all gonna be on time.
I was up. I was loading. But like, here's
Yeah.
the thing. I didn't want to like. I didn't know. So she wasn't up yet. My chick's fucking still sleeping. So like, I just creep out of bed, put some clothes on, and I go into the garage. I gotta get the fucking mattress out into the
Yeah.
truck. Mind you, my wrist is kind of fucked up, and I'm thinking like,
Nice to have an AD right now.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Nice
so I'm like
and
already
help.
getting mad. I'm already getting mad that like I'm up doing all this shit at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
and she's not.
Yeah.
And then, bro, like, so then 5:45 rolls around, and I'm like, still nothing, right?
Yeah.
I've already loaded up the entire truck with
Ready to
everything
go.
we need. We're ready to go.
Yeah, I'm already on the way.
Yeah,
You know,
and then like, and so I go, I got a knock on the door, and that woke her up. She just woke up at like 6:45, and she's like, "Can you give me like 15 more minutes?" And I'm like, "What for? What?" She's like, "Oh, I'm just gonna smoke real quick and get dressed in it." Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The one who was
So then
giving
I'm-
her shit, like, don't go hang out with your friends because we
Yeah.
gotta be focused on tomorrow. Can't get her ass up in
So
time.
you know, and I, so I'm sitting in the fucking truck, and I'm just like seething, you know, and like,
Dude, I don't even understand how these are people in general. Like, it's just, this is baffling.
yeah.
Well, you know,
And,
there's some weirdos out there.
So I'm just gonna go ahead and say her name. Fucking. So I'm sitting with Sarah in the truck, right? Not the fucking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
So I'm sitting with Sarah in the truck.
I was like,
yeah, no,
No,
yeah.
not the AD.
But just to make this easier, simpler, not the AD, not the AD.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting with Sarah in the truck because I still have to give her a ride home in the morning.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Are you mad?" I'm like, "I don't want to talk."
Yeah, I was pissed because you had already texted me. Like, I think I was there, and then shortly after I got there, after 6, like, my sister's there, and then we're waiting on Billie, and then you text me like, you got to be late, and you're telling me like she's still like out, and I get ready, and
Yeah.
it's like, what the fuck? Like, I'm mad
know.
because I'm thinking like we don't have a lot of time
No,
to shoot.
I was
Yeah.
in
You
the
know?
car. I was in the truck ready to go at 5:30.
If it wasn't
And
my
then-
house, I would have left her.
Yeah.
I guess.
No, for sure. And she wanted to stay another day.
Yeah, after everything,
Yeah.
we didn't even get to the shoot.
We haven't even gotten to the shoot yet. This is how fucked up everything was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to the shoot.
And so so that was annoying. They were late because of her, and so we get there on the shoot. We load everything in.
Beers. I'm getting beers.
Yeah, can you give me a victory?
Yeah.
And then
I'll take a hazy after this.
Okay.
so yeah, we get there. The boss is there because I think it was 7. Like Betty showed up and she let me, my sister, and the camera guy Billie in, and we're still waiting on them. And so then they get there, I help them unload the truck. We set up Crafty, and then I start moving tables around for the first shots that I was planning on getting, but then our other main actor Rob was late. So I'm kind of
Yeah, unfortunately, like this is the kind of shit that
He
always
had an
happens.
he had a legit
he had
emergency.
like family
Yeah, yeah.
emergency.
legit emergency.
And
So I'm
those
like-
happen.
Yeah, so we're like, we'll shoot other
Not like,
things. We'll shoot
bruh,
around.
I
it.
stayed. I was in bed.
Yeah, it
until
wasn't like
5:45.
it wasn't like he fucking
Yeah.
he was fucking off. It just his
But
his
at-
girlfriend's dad like had a stroke
Yeah.
like the night before.
But
so that's
as I'm
Do you want
trying
me to
to
do that for you?
yeah.
I was like, you're broken.
No, but as I'm trying to figure out, okay, what can we shoot without Rob? Because he's in pretty much the entire thing. Trying to figure it out. Then I'm like, all right, I got to set up over here. She's my AD as I'm trying to figure out what we're gonna do because we have people who are late and we got
To
to
this
shoot
point,
something.
has she done
Fucking
anything?
nothing.
Nothing, dude.
I'm
And
trying
I- and
I'm trying to figure this shit out on my own, and she's all fucking off talking about sex
And all the
and just being super thirsty
all
with
the-
everybody. And it's
all
just
the
like,
and all the fucking bagels and shit and like the spread that I brought. She was like, "Oh, I'll make it look nice. I'll put a good spread." And like I literally had to go, "Hey, can you set up some coffee?"
yeah, like something like, and like so.
And
I'm
I hate being that guy, but I'm like, yo,
Do your
like I
fucking
got, and I have
job.
shit to do too. Like,
yeah, we
fuck.
all have things that we need to focus on. You know,
Like
We-
I'm in charge of all the like. I'm
This
doing
is
your,
why
I'm doing
this
your
is why
job
we
all
brought
day.
you. You're
Yeah.
supposed to like take care of some of these things.
Fuck.
You know, my actor's late. Like, what can we do? I gave you the fucking like storyboard of what we're shooting.
Right.
You know what shots I need. Our main actor's gone. Like, I'm trying to figure out what we can do right now.
while
we
he's
have
not
extras.
there.
We have 3 fucking extras. You know,
Yeah.
our bartender didn't show up. We missed like 4 extras who weren't supposed to go. So I'm like, I'm limited with people I can use.
We got about half the people that said that they were going to be there, which is actually pretty good numbers.
We had 4. We had the 2 guys. We had the 2 guys that were playing pool, Nick and
Yeah, so-
Melvin. Nick and
Nick and Marlon.
Marlon.
Yeah.
Nick and Marlon, they showed up. So I'm like, all right, we need them for over here. But then we had the other couple that showed up, and I'm like, we don't have a bartender, so I can't do any extra shots with you. But like, fuck, okay, can I use you as a bartender?
Yeah.
And I'm trying to figure this out on my own, and I don't know what the fuck she's doing. She's like eating bagels, talking about her dry pussy somewhere as we're trying to do work, you know? And I can hear her over
I
here.
know,
and like,
man,
I'm
I
thinking,
know.
like, don't you think this would be an important part to show up and fucking help out?
Do
Because that's what
something.
you're supposed to
Yeah.
do. So I'm like, fuck it, I don't care.
The best thing she did all day was go get me Tums and made me coffee.
Yeah. Yeah. That's it. I mean, everything else on set. And she fucked up. and she fucked up, and that's when I first yelled.
Oh my god!
Because I gave her shit.
Okay,
I gave her shit in the beginning because she was like, "Why don't we have a shot list?" And she's like, "It would be a lot easier if we had a shot list." And I just looked. I didn't even say anything to her because she was trying to give me shit. And I just looked at Ryan. I was like, and I yelled it across the bar in front of everybody. And I was like, "Hey, Ryan, who was it who said it was going to do the shot list?"
I was like, I believe she did.
Oh yeah, okay, that's right. Okay, thank you for that. And it's like, fuck you, don't try to give me shit. You know. And it was just like, but then so Ryan bought these breakaway bottles that we needed to use.
Yeah,
we had 4. We had like 3 scenes that we were going to use them for. So I'm like, we have 1 extra. I'm like, get these bottles the fuck away from everything.
We had them. I mean, like I run wrapped one, showed it to you, and I was like, no, I don't even want to fuck it.
Put it away.
Like,
and we had it away from where we were shooting. Put it behind the bar.
We had it behind the bar on the counter.
Leave it there. We're shooting at the pool table, shooting over here. We can't fuck those up. And so we're shooting something else. And then
this made me so mad too.
Oh, it's when I screamed. This is where I lost it. And I'm not like so. We have.
Well, let's try and like condense it up. Let's go.
Okay, so we have a scene where the one guy's choking Ryan, and they fall back and they bump into the bar. So we do that scene once. I think we did it once.
We did it. It was the first one we actually did the right blocking because I did one, I fucked up, so we did it again.
Yeah, and then when you guys finally backed up into the thing, all of a sudden I see and watch the bottle break.
Yeah.
And it was like, we have clip of it. You hear me scream, just like, God damn it!
God damn it!
I'm like, who the fuck put the bottle over there? And it was just, and then she comes, from across the bar, where she's not supposed to be. Like, I'm sorry, like I pulled it out. I'm like, why the fuck would you pull it out?
Why?
Like, why?
Why is it here?
Yeah, like what? You knew we needed this shit, and we couldn't. Yeah, and so it just stresses out because now we have 3 breakaway bottles.
3, and we have 3 hits.
So we get
that means we get one shot
to get it right.
Every single one.
If anything fucks up, like we don't get it, and now we're done.
It's exactly like in Avengers Endgame when he's like, we only get what does he say? We only get 1 shot to do this each.
Yeah,
it's like plus 2 practices.
Yeah,
like, one practice.
Yeah. So it was that, and so it was stressful, and she did nothing, and then she was being overly sexual with everybody, and it was just weird.
She probably just took the job just to hook up with somebody.
It definitely seemed like it. It was so weird.
Yeah,
and I think secretly she was a little upset that like
nobody had sex with her.
Yes,
yeah,
neither of us
that
did.
we were not biting on anything she was throwing out.
I swear, what's going on?
She called me.
I wanted to have sex with somebody.
I remember at one point
wanted it.
I told her to do something. I was like, "Yo, go do that." And then she's like, "Yes, Daddy." And I was just like, "Ugh,
like, why do you got to make this so weird?"
Yeah, like
you're making this harder than anything.
We're not prudes. We're not prudes, but you're just ugh.
Yeah.
You make it just gross. You make it just felt greasy whenever it came
You
out
have
of
to
your
be
mouth.
really, really gross to make single dudes,
David, yes,
not want to have sex with you.
Yes.
Like really gross.
Yeah. Just gross and annoying.
I'm not talking about like hygienically necessary. I'm talking about like this type of like personality.
It's just the behavior.
We have standards.
Behavior.
But we're single dudes. You don't have to do much.
I can't stand talking to you.
Like,
don't be
your entire
fucked up.
presence.
Don't
Her
be
entire
stupid.
presence on set just bugged me.
Yeah, I know. And again, remember, and then I even yelled at her because
because I'm trying to direct.
He's trying to direct, and we're getting
trying to
set
block,
for the
and I'm
next-
talking
she's
to everybody.
She's got the extra singing songs with her.
Yeah.
And I just so I yell, "Quiet on the fucking set!"
Yeah, because I'm just trying to tune her out, and I'm like, I know what I need to do.
But it got
then,
so I couldn't fucking
but
hear
she
what he was
loud.
saying,
Yeah.
and I was like, I'm like trying to fucking, it was just too much. Like she should have been. Look,
She should have been in my pocket,
right next to you the whole
in my
fucking
pocket.
time.
Like, this is what I want. Help make that
and
happen.
asking what I needed the whole at the same time.
But no, she was.
Okay, so
worst.
let's go. Is there anything worse that she did, or can we just move on to any of the good parts about the shoot? Because
Okay.
right?
All the good parts have nothing to do with her.
Well, good.
The best part is when we dropped her off and drove back home.
That's what I want to know. I was like,
That was the best part of
No.
is there a crescendo to her fucking up, or can we just?
There is.
Because I do want to talk about good shit.
No,
Yeah,
no, absolutely. Because thankfully, fucking Billie was
a goddamn superstar.
a fucking soldier, dude.
Fucking love working with Billie. Billie was great.
I mean, the 3 of us were just. It was a trifecta.
Yeah.
Like we were
Shout
all on
out
the
Betty
same.
Skelly.
We were all on the same page. Like
Yeah,
and
and
then without her dumbass suggestions every fucking 5 minutes,
Yeah.
it was like we all knew what was going on.
Yeah, because it's
We all
funny.
got
She
it.
would like
it
she
was
would pop up and like throw a stupid suggestion that made
then-
no
and
sense because she
everyone would be
hasn't
like,
been
"No, we're
paying
not gonna
attention. And yeah, we would all just kind of look at each other. I'd be like, "No, we're not going to do that." She tried to explain it. I'd look at Billy from behind her, and he's just like, "Fucking no."
I'm curious then. So when you talked to her, when she replied to your ad or whatever, like you were like, I'm looking for people, and she's like, "Oh, I'm an experienced AD,"
Yes.
or
No. She said I'm experienced.
Professional, like working
professional.
professional.
Fucking.
Absolutely
she
not.
said
There's
all this
no
other
way in
shit.
the world.
All this other shit, but she wants to get AD credit. Was like,
okay,
what
but
she-
she's like, I've been working in this,
Yes.
and this, but I want
Yeah.
AD credits. So
There's
it's like,
no
Right.
fucking way. As unprofessional as she was on set and throughout the entire thing,
Totally.
there's no
Yeah.
way.
I mean,
she's
even,
never worked on
even,
a real set.
Even my cousin, who's like a fucking punk rocker who just had a kid, like was a much better person to handle than fucking her.
Well, because there's certain people that just know like things need to get done. You tell me what to do, I'll do that, and that's fine.
Yeah, we can have fun. We can do that, but like,
Never been
your
on
job.
set before. There was like at least 3 people who'd never been on any sort of set
Yeah.
before.
Yeah.
That were like fantastic.
And that's
Yeah.
fine. Like I work with people all the time where it's like, hey, like I don't know about this person, so and so they're not doing this and this. I'm like, okay, well I understand. New people tend to be needed to be told.
Yeah,
Right.
little timid.
No. She was.
Yeah.
She
acted
sold
like-
herself as
She
like,
sold herself like
I
she-
know
yeah,
what I'm
she-
doing.
But that's the thing. Is like everything that you're saying. She's like, oh, I'll do this, this,
Oh,
and this,
and then
and she
she-
did none of it.
This is what sold it for me. That I'm like, she's never done this before. Is at the end when we finished and we're wrapping and we're cleaning up. She came up to me and then she's like, "So how did I do? Do you have any notes for me?" And I was just being nice. I didn't want to like, look at her face and say, "You fucking suck."
I think I threw
You
her at
kind
you.
of needed to.
Yeah.
I think no.
No.
I
Reason-
would have 100% ripped her apart in the nicest way possible.
No, because we had to get rid of her. She was still staying at
Because
Ryan's
she still
place.
wanted to try and stay at my house that night.
Yeah.
okay.
So it was just like, and we already knew.
She's like, well, we're not done yet. Let's just get
No,
everything together,
we-
get your shit in the.
That's
in
what I
the-
did. That's
No.
what I said. Because she asked me the same thing. And
we
I was like,
already knew and already kind of talked about it. We were never working
Never,
with her.
ever.
again.
But you also fucked up by letting her stay at your place after all that shit already didn't happen.
well,
we
because
do-
like we said,
we're trying to be optimistic.
We were
Maybe
trying,
she'll tighten up
maybe
on
she'll
set.
tighten up on set on shoot day. Maybe she'll get her shit together.
yeah.
I
But
could see
no.
Because
that.
we need the help on shoot day,
Yeah.
and she ended up
Not help.
She ended up making things worse for us. If she
Yeah.
wasn't there, the 3 of us could have banged that fucking out, and like,
Yeah.
we would have been done early.
And all she was trying to do is get banged out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We would have been done early. And also Tony Solano was coming through. He's doing the graphic thing for us.
Yeah,
too.
Tony Solano. I mean, he was great. He just was an extra, but like he had some lines in there that we threw at him,
He did
you
great.
know, and he
did great.
did a good job.
Everyone who came through did fantastic.
Yeah. Yeah, my sister showed up. First thing she's ever did, she was like shooting the behind the
Yeah,
scenes for us,
I'm
and she was going to
fucking-
edit
dude,
together.
You know what? And your director pants were fucking on. That was dope.
Yeah.
And then I mean, and the stunt work on the fly was like actually like
Yeah.
like it came together pretty damn well. And
Yeah, because we just talked about it. We had just talked about it. I'm like, okay, well, this is what we do, and we want him to get here for this bottle break, get here. I'm like, how can we do that? It's just like, all right, this we're gonna do this,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then kind of and make it work. And yeah, it worked. Surprisingly, we've never done anything like this before. So
No,
surprisingly,
no.
it went well.
It went great.
I was expecting more.
I mean, and the bottle breaks have been fucking.
I was gonna say, tell us more about the good stuff now, because
Yeah,
like
yeah,
I think
sorry.
we started off on that note
Yeah.
where it's like,
well, because we knew.
I was hoping there was gonna be some sort of
No,
silver
no,
lining.
everything
or-
else, like,
This is the good stuff.
everybody-
Because everyone
else
brought it. Everyone else brought it. It was so fucking
Rob was amazing.
Rob was fantastic.
Rob's lines and his face and fucking what he brought that day was great.
good. Rob was. I mean, even though he was late.
He was late. Valid reason to be late.
Yeah,
I was not mad.
And he showed up. He was ready to work, and he brought it.
Yeah,
And,
took direction well, like funny.
So
really
when
funny.
do you see this coming out? How do you see this coming out? Like what
tonight-
was the point of the thing, in my opinion? Like,
Well, so-
what are my
So it was
that question.
basically it's a promo for his comedy show at the Roadhouse.
2 things, actually. Yeah, go ahead.
Promo thing for his thing at the Roadhouse. For me, it's just like I need to be more creative and I need to direct more things and do things and just
Makes sense.
for me and write more because I've been slacking. I've had some issues past year and I haven't done anything creative. So I'm like I need to kickstart this thing again.
Yeah.
And so it worked for him. It promotes his show. It works for me. Like it gets me back in the creative game. And so it was mutual beneficial for both of us. And we like working together. We're friends, and so we like doing shit together.
fun.
And so just bouncing off ideas of each other, just being creative, and just like working. We can both be stressed out and not agree on shit, but we still keep that fucking ball rolling. And that's why I love working with Ryan.
It's just it is kind of like that's the same thing. It's just like the both of us, you know, like I could dick around, but like when it comes down to it for like stuff like this, it's like we both want to get it done.
Yeah.
So it's like I'll you know, I'll just be like, yeah, listening. What up? What are we doing?
Yeah.
You know, like,
and we both know, like, especially like our shortfalls and like things that we're missing, and we know what we're missing. And they're also learning experiences for us. Like, all right, the next one, this is what we're missing on this one, what we need to improve on.
Yeah.
We see that, we know that. So for the next one, get better. You know, because before when I did the promo for you, like over a year ago for the dollar show, it was me with one camera trying to figure everything out.
And a notebook of notes from
a
me.
scribbled notebook. He showed it the day before. It showed up and
Some
he's like,
shitty drawings.
like, oh, we
I was like, Ryan hands you crayon drawings, and then you
pretty
just
much,
storyboard it.
and it's like, oh, we have an hour. I'm like, all right,
and
fuck.
it
Like, all right,
still
like,
came out
let's
great.
go.
It still
And,
did. It still came out pretty good.
And just like rush through
And this
it.
time we had a lot more time and a lot more production, but like,
Yeah.
you know, and also in my mind, you know, I understand that I should still have to drop, even though we got no budget, you know,
Yeah.
at least feed the people.
Yeah,
And,
that's the
you
most
know,
important. Yeah, food. And,
Yeah, on sets that I've been more than just an actor on, I was like, okay, so apparently the main thing is feed people.
yeah.
But even when I've just been an actor, I'm like, I wish they would just feed me. I want food right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
food and
that's
copy.
literally the bare minimum you can do. Like that's
Yeah.
like the least you can do.
Food and copy.
Food, yeah.
Food and copy, and that's
Yeah.
the thing. And then, I mean, in my own experience, I mean, I'm someone that tries to be somewhat health conscious. Like, I don't know if this is kind of shitty to say. I'm like, I've been to places where it's just chips and cookies and
Oh,
like,
yeah, no.
I'm
Yeah.
like, can I just get
Yeah.
anything that has any protein and not and shit in there?
Not just sugar.
We had-
Not just sugar and bread.
Well, since it was in the morning, I just had bagels and like fruit. So,
But that's the breakfast.
Yeah.
And fruit's good too. It's
Yeah.
like micronutrients.
Yeah,
stuff.
we brought a toaster so we can toast
But
our
I'm like,
Toaster,
I've been on
toaster.
sets all day where it's like, oh, we got some Cheez-Its and some
Yeah.
Lay's.
yeah. Dude, I was on
And
a
there's a
set-
Oh yeah, there's some
cupcakes.
there's
Bro.
a box of Cheez-Its in
Bro.
Jerry's trunk.
Cupcakes.
I was on a set where they had no water.
Yeah.
Just a cooler of Monsters.
Oh fuck you! That sounds awful.
Run on adrenaline alone.
Jesus.
Yeah, dude, not even joking.
Just a bunch of dehydrated, hyped up people.
Let's fucking shoot the shit. Let's do it. You can see my veins. I want to do it.
It's my fucking shot.
Yeah. Oh god, that
But
sounds
anyway, yeah, dude,
terrible.
fucking Billie was amazing. Like I said, it just all the stuff without her throwing a wrench in all of our engines. Like it was
Yeah.
like everything went very smoothly.
Yeah,
If she
yeah.
when she was, that's when we noticed she wasn't around.
Yeah.
Maybe she was outside.
Yeah.
Was how smooth things were going.
She was just outside like, oh.
Yeah, and then she come in and throw a dumbass
Throw a
idea.
dumb fucking
I'm
idea.
like, we can't do that because of the scene
not
we
doing
just
it.
shot. It doesn't make sense. No, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. Billy, all right, let's set it up. Go to one. Like, let's
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
And
Billy, fucking, like I said, man, fucking shout. I mean, Billy was the real.
We can't,
soldier.
like-
It's always
Billy was the real
yeah.
soldier, dude.
I can't say anything more positive about Billy. Like, he's a man. Like, Billy's great.
Well, see if he wants to come back on the show again. We'll talk
We're
about this.
Yeah, absolutely,
definitely gonna
absolutely.
work. Definitely gonna work with him again. We got to contact the dude from CBS.
Yes, we
That's
got
our
we
next-
got a writer from CBS
Nice.
that might want to work with us too.
Sick.
So.
That's awesome.
We're gonna
Yeah.
meet up with him, write some stuff, and then produce some couple more like sketches.
All right, good.
Shorts and things.
So when and where can they see this eventually?
So it's probably gonna be
Or-
on, you're gonna see it on Facebook or Instagram. Like we're gonna
Yeah,
We're gonna put it on
editing-
YouTube.
We're gonna try and
Yeah, we'll throw it
we'll
on
be
YouTube. We're gonna edit it tonight.
we're gonna
Start
we're
editing
start
tonight.
editing tonight. So we'll I mean I say
And this is just a short. You're saying to promote you the
yes, but also but like I said,
Minute and a half, 2 minutes, maybe.
it'll probably be like minute and a half, 2 minutes. But like I said, he wanted to do the directorial thing, and we wanted to promote the show. But also like it's always been a bucket list thing of mine to like do some stunt work and get breakaway bottles.
Yeah.
To like do a bar fight, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm not even joking. Like I feel
And this makes a lot of sense,
I
man.
feel
I know-
so good
yeah.
about it. Like
Yeah.
I feel fucking like the whole Western theme and the fucking
The
and the
bar
bottles and the
slide.
bar slide. Like
Yeah.
I'm so happy about it. Like I'm really excited. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I
All
mean,
right.
it's the positive stuff like, for sure.
That's what we want.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wanna hear
I'm
that.
so fucking happy about it.
Yeah,
I'm
because
really
it
excited.
was that stressed out, like what the fuck are we gonna do? And then we're like, all right, we'll just shoot the extra stuff. And then once we got you on top of the bar and we started doing that,
That's
and
when it was
then-
like everyone was like, "Oh, okay, this is gonna be fucking funny."
And then my sister like just happened to have her fucking skateboard in her car. I'm like, please go get that. Like that'd be
Did
perfect.
you not have your skateboard?
I did not. No,
We didn't think about it.
I did not.
Like in our head, we should have thought more ahead, but that's what we learned. Like we're like, oh, we can push him; he'll slide pretty easy.
That's what
and
I thought.
you could, but it was, you had to put a little more
in
force.
my head, we were gonna have enough extras to like help him do the bar slide.
Yeah, But we
so
did.
there's definitely a scene of me getting tossed up on the bar and like thrown off the edge of it.
Yeah.
And and it looks fucking great, man. Like the shots that Billy got, and Billy had this little thing that he had never used before, and he's like, "This is perfect. Oh, I got this perfect thing for this."
Yeah.
And he just got it, and it's just like, dude, we got these amazing shots. It's gonna be so funny, man.
Yeah.
Awesome. Can't wait to fucking see it.
Well, hopefully funny to other people because we think it's funny.
We were dying. I mean, and Rob's weird hick character that he fucking brought
The
to the
faces
table.
he was
He's
making.
giving these Asperger's weird, like shifty eyes faces and stuff. And it's
God!
it's fucking hysterical.
Asperger's.
Oh God!
It's hysterical, bro. I could not keep it together with him. It was just like, I always tend to be the straight guy when it's like, when I'm not sucking dick, but
Or getting your asshole eaten, yes.
no, you know what I mean. But like, but you know what I mean, because he's kind of he's like an overpowering character.
Yeah, he's like 6'4",
kinda,
6'5" in real life. Anyway,
so I'm playing the straighter guy on the fly, and it's like it's so hard for me to hold it together while he's doing this fucking hick character. But anyway, yeah, it was a lot of fun. And
there's more positives than negatives.
Billy
but-
just
Billy just
but
jumped
we were
into
just-
the thing. What's up, dudes?
Hey,
Oh, man, Billy, we
Billy!
were just talking about you. Yeah,
Fun times.
yeah. We were talking about Thirsty too.
Yeah. We got through
Why didn't you just name her Thirsty this entire time?
We
You're
should've-
coming up with
we
a
should've-
different...
Billy
called it
was calling
Thirsty.
it Thirsty on set. So
We're coming up with code names.
We just finished our whole story about Thirsty, and we talked about how much you killed it, bro.
Yeah. Billy,
You're a real soldier.
we'll hit you up if you want to come back on the show. We'll fucking talk some more. But I know you're in the comments or so. Yeah.
All right, man.
All right. Anything else you guys want to? Do you guys? I mean, I imagine this took up most of your weekend or whatnot.
Well, yeah, most were Sunday.
Pretty much, and then
Half
so
were Sunday.
Sunday night we just got a little fucked up, and that was it.
Oh yeah, afterwards to celebrate.
Afterwards, just
Yeah.
to celebrate the rap.
So,
you know?
how did you just send her off? Like,
No, we drove her home.
I drove her home.
Because when Ryan told me like she was trying
put
to
your
stay
bags
another night.
in my car.
Yeah,
No,
I was
when you-
like, nope. No.
Yeah, when you use like, oh, she's trying to stay another night. I'm like, no, we will figure out a reason to get her the fuck out of here. Because I know she'll try to hang out. I'm like, oh, we're gonna go hang out at her friend's house. She's like, oh, I can come too. I'm like, no, well, we will make something.
Yeah.
Like you can't stay.
I was like-
even fucking your grandma was like tired of her.
Oh, yeah.
and she was barely talking to her. She
Yeah.
was there like maybe 20 minutes.
Well, she started
Yo.
talking about dicks getting cut off like a fucking.
Yeah, to his grandparents.
Oh
and
my
then
god!
like came in the kitchen.
To my grandparents.
To his grandparents, and then we're in the kitchen cooking something, and the grandparents are still right there, and she's talking to me like, "Oh, I have a phone sex operator voice. You want to hear it?" And I was like, "No, that's weird." And then she kept going. I'm like, "No, that's weird."
So she's doing
Still
this
weird.
sexy voice. While I'm like sitting.
Yeah, and I'm like, "No, that's weird. That's weird. Like, I'm not biting. Like, stop.
Yeah.
Like, read the signs."
My grandparents are just sitting and it's you haven't had a drink of
Yeah.
alcohol today, and you're just like this.
You're a sober crackhead. Like, Jesus.
That you know of, yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ, dude! It was it was my nightmare.
Nightmare.
Yeah.
Wow.
But
Well-
anyway, but everything else, like I said, every other
Sounds like
person.
it was super
No,
fun
the
experience.
funniest part though for me when we were driving to her place, I noticed Ryan was swerving a bit, and I was like, "Oh shit!" But
I was
he's
very sleepy.
He's all right, but I'm not, like, he's trying not to fall asleep. And most of the time, I'd be like, "Yo, fucking pull over," then we drive. But I noticed, I'm like, "Oh, because he's swerving, like she's scared because she made a comment like, "Are you okay? Are you okay?" So she didn't say a fucking word the entire drive, like there. So I'm like, I'm just gonna let him drive. Like,
Wow.
we'll be okay. We should be okay. But she's quiet, so I'm like, she's scared and
Meanwhile,
quiet.
like-
I don't gotta hear her. Yeah, I don't gotta hear her mouth. I'm like, I'll grab the wheel if anything, but like, we got some quiet on this ride home.
Yeah, we barely made it.
Yeah.
From my own experience, tired is way worse than any.
Oh,
sort of
absolutely. But her mouth is worse than anything else.
Would have rather crashed than listen to
Obviously, I risk getting into a car accident instead of listening to her fucking talk that entire ride. I'm
man.
like, Ryan, it'll be a fender bender, it'll be all right.
She's like, last chance, you guys.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, we'll be all right. She's-
Eiffel Tower.
She's just
All right,
quiet.
We got to move on. I got about 30 minutes before we got to get out of here.
Yeah.
Thanks.
What?
No, we have a whole
started late.
podcast to go
Well,
through.
we were supposed to start at 5. We didn't start till late.
Sorry.
All right.
I'm just saying I got to leave it by like 7:15, 7:30.
Oh, good luck. We got what? I went to go see fucking Sonic this weekend.
was
Oh,
that?
that's right. Sorry about that.
I cannot stress enough how much I thought I wouldn't like this as much as I did.
Well, Ben Schwartz is great, so I kind of...
That was actually what I was. That
Yeah.
was one of the notes where I was like, "Wow,
Yeah, he's kind of the
this is
unsung hero. of that.
Amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, he was in that movie Hop too. Like,
Which one?
Hop.
who's Ben Schwartz?
Ben Schwartz.
John
John
Ralphio.
Ralphio from Parks and Rec.
That guy.
What? Yeah.
Wait, who's in? Who is he in Sonic?
He's Sonic.
He's Sonic.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, I thought you were talking about the other guy. Who's the fucking guy?
James Marsden?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's done a ton of movies with animation.
He's stereotypical good-looking guy. He was in like Enchanted, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
X-Men.
Yeah, but
he was Prince Charming or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's played what I mean is he was in that movie Hop too.
I don't know what that is.
Anyway,
he
plays he plays like the guy with a bunch of fucking CGI characters a lot. So like I feel like he's kind of
skilled.
He's an unsung hero for a lot of these like.
I will say this too. He actually does a great job for. I mean, so obviously this is not going to be like the most logical, detailed story ever.
Wait,
it's a fucking cartoon.
Let's see what Billy said. You guys aren't lying, dude.
Accident would have been a plus.
Wow. Oh, God.
Sounds like a fun time.
I was risking my safety just for her to shut the fuck up. Like that should tell you how bad she was.
That's
And
crazy.
It's just like I'd rather get in a car
You
accident.
guys want to hear a
she's
secret?
quiet.
I wasn't tired. I'm just kidding.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
But,
Shut the fuck up.
Just shut the fuck up.
but no, so it was good then. Yeah, because I wanted to check
it
it
was
out.
very good. Like I went to go watch
I
it.
heard that's what George said. I was with George Wang today. Shout out George Wang.
Shout out to
We went skating today.
Robin.
We went skating today. He said it was actually really fun.
Yeah, very good. I didn't have a lot of time this weekend. I don't generally have a lot of time, and so I was busy all of Saturday and Sunday. Monday I had like a couple hours before I had to go to work, so I was like, whatever. I have the AMC A list, so I just fucking picked a thing. I worked out. I had lunch, and I had lunch in the theater. Like I just literally worked out, took a shower, and then had some.
Yeah, why not, dude?
Some poke while I was watching that, and then immediately from getting out.
Wait a
went to
minute.
work.
What theater?
AMC.
Do they let you bring food in?
I
Was it in the mall?
always it's not in the mall. I always just put whatever food I have in my bag or whatever.
bag.
But they let you bring a shaker in. Like I brought this in, and it could have been filled with vodka, but it didn't. I didn't have it. Either way, I just had a protein shake, and like I bought poke, and I put it in my bag and walked in. They didn't ask anything, so there was no questions about it. Either way, I just fucking did that, and it was so good. Like it is by no means like the most amazing, thought-provoking film. It's just a fun,
It's a
fun
Sonic
thing.
movie. Yeah,
but this is the thing. I'm like
Kane.
one. I've seen 3 movies this year, maybe 2. I know I saw Birds of Prey. I can't even. I think I saw another one. I just don't remember.
Birds of Prey was dope, by the way.
You watched The Shining and Thing.
Well, I was in the theater.
Oh,
we're gonna talk
okay.
about that.
Yeah.
Oh shit, we gotta get to that.
We will get to that. But I will say this: I enjoyed myself more in Sonic than I have in Birds of Prey or whatever I may have seen prior to that.
How was Jim Carrey?
Surprisingly so good. I was like, I thought it was gonna be over the top.
What do you mean surprising?
It's the no, because
he
was over the top.
because of the trailers. I was
Oh.
like, there's a line, and but somehow Jim Carrey manages to make that just to that point.
I mean, that's
Well,
the
that's
secret.
Jim
That's the
Carrey.
secret to his success.
but I couldn't
Ace
expect like
Ventura,
you don't
yeah.
expect someone to just hit 100 every time. You know
Well,
what I
no,
mean?
he's made some bad movies, but I mean, it's still just like The Mask, Ace Ventura. Like Jim Carrey knows how to go
What would you
Batman
say?
Forever.
What would you say is his?
Oh my god,
worst
he was so good
movie?
as the fucking Riddler too.
Yeah.
What would you say is his worst movie?
I think Batman Forever gets placed with Batman and Robin.
It really
Batman
does.
Forever is
but
such
Batman
a better
Forever
movie.
is fucking way better.
Yeah.
and I do enjoy him as the Riddler.
Yeah.
And even though
It was the campy
Tommy Lee
and-
Jones fucking hated him apparently the entire time.
Oh yeah, I can't.
Tommy Lee Jones and fucking Harrison Ford. I feel like just 2 grumpy old men that don't want to do shit.
Yeah, they're grumpy dudes.
Because Ford was in the newspapers recently, like fucking newspapers. He was in the news talking
about grumpy old people.
Yeah.
he was promoting his new movie, which looks horrible. But he said
Call
some
the
shit
Wild.
about Star Wars, where he was like, I don't know what the fucking Force Ghost is. What is that?
Oh. Yeah, he doesn't give a fuck about his movies.
Yeah, no, not
Collects
at all.
that paycheck.
But I don't
like they
give a
didn't
fuck.
think they were gonna bring him back on the original, but whatever.
Yeah,
that's
I don't
a
give
whole
a fuck.
nother thing.
Going back, I'm like, yes, I remember him in Batman, and I loved it too. I can't think of my least
What is he
favorite.
bad in? What is he bad in?
What is your least favorite Jim Carrey?
Mr. Popper's Penguins.
Never saw it.
I never saw it either, but that
Never
just popped
saw
in my
it.
head.
It could be amazing. You have no
Because he was
idea.
great in Living Color, and then
Yes.
the Ace Ventura movies,
Yes.
and then Liar Liar,
Yes.
like all those like '90s ones.
Bruce Almighty.
Even the number
Even
23.
Yes Man.
Yes
number
Man.
23.
Number 23. I
Fucking
like that.
Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Eternal Sunshine was fucking
Okay.
amazing. Like Jim, I think people just like when he's because I know
I need to
he
pull
got
this up to
shit
even
for
see.
those movies like the Number 23 and things like that. More
I
dramatic
loved
roles.
both those movies.
Yeah, but people give him shit because they just want him to be the buffoon. But like he has range.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
So I think, but yeah, I can't think of anything where I watched Jim Carrey where I was just like.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm not into it, you know. Even the same thing with like, yeah, because me and you've had this conversation about comedic actors. I think they're better actors.
Okay,
than-
Kick-Ass 2, but I obviously there was,
Who was in
controversy
Kick-Ass
there.
He was Colonel Stars and Stripes.
Yeah.
I like Kick-Ass 2.
Oh, that's right. He was
the one
fucking
with the
awesome.
dog.
He
yeah,
was so awesome in that.
Good
You
in
like that?
I
Yes.
love that.
All right. I haven't seen Burt Wonderstone. I heard not good things, although I not necessarily about him.
But it wasn't his movie. Wasn't that like a Steve Carell thing? Supporting
Yeah.
What?
the Ms. What? Burt Wonderstone.
Yeah,
Jesus
exactly.
Christ.
Fun with Dick and Jane. was-
Lemony Snickets, he was good in that.
Never
Funny
saw
Dick
it.
and
He
was
Jane,
great in
yeah,
that.
that was good too.
He was
Never
great.
saw
in
it.
Lemony
I never
Snicket's.
saw I Love You, Philip Morris.
Neither do I.
Oh yes, he was great in that too. I did see
Grinch, Man on the Fucking Moon. Me, Myself, and
Yeah,
Irene.
that's not bad.
Like, come on,
we're,
wait,
trying to find the bad stuff here, bro.
He hasn't done bad stuff.
That's what I'm
Cable
talking
Guy?
about.
Cable
Dude,
fucking Cable Guy.
Come on, bro.
Dumb and Dumber 2.
Was he in that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dumb and Dumber. Is it
I
Dumb and
haven't seen.
Dumber?
I haven't seen Dumb and
No,
Dumber
there was
2.
Dumb and Dumberer. That was when they were younger. Then Dumb and
They
Dumber
did Dumb
2.
and Dumber 2.
What's Dumb
I
and
heard
Dumber
it was
2?
bad.
Oh, when they're old. I didn't see
Yeah,
it.
yeah, I
there's-
didn't see it, but I
yeah.
heard it wasn't great.
I heard it wasn't great either.
So
I
one
haven't seen it either.
1 to 2 ish.
for movies
Maybe,
that
like-
he was a star in. He was like, you know, top build.
less than 5 for sure. Probably a 3 ish.
Where are we at?
Which is
Wait, Simon Birch, that was the one with that little like
Even
handicapped
I mean,
kid.
fuck,
Yeah,
Me,
but he was
Myself,
in
and
a-
Irene. It's so
Yeah.
good.
all great.
All great. I mean, he's got a fucking.
So
he's got
yeah,
a catalog of great shit.
I literally only because of the trailer.
Dark Crimes, I never saw
because
that.
of the trailer, I was like, oh, that looks like kind of too kooky. I swear that he does such a good job. I was so surprised because I was like, is this gonna be the point? No. Oh god damn, this is good. That was a good choice. Everything he does was so fun. Ben Schwartz, amazing voice actor for Sonic.
Yeah.
Because they redid the design, looks so good, and I was much more.
Yeah, that first one was a nightmare.
I was so invested in the character of Sonic because of the redesign. I'm like, yes, just give us a
make it
detailed
look-
version of the video game Sonic.
Yeah.
Because like that first one looked like the demon that comes at night and stares at you in the window
Yeah.
over the corner of your room. Like,
Well, because he had human teeth.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
And them little eyes and the big ass head.
We gotta bring up the comparison again. Bring up
Well,
the
he's
comparison.
he's like teeth, but not human teeth.
Yeah, bring up the comparison again.
But literally watching this, I enjoyed myself so much. Not only but also I will say this: the theater was packed, and I enjoyed that too.
yeah. So it's just a fun movie. There's nothing wrong with a fun movie. Like, all
Yeah,
right,
nothing wrong with it.
I gotta
Yeah,
go
that's what I'm
see
saying.
this.
I'm like, this is by no means like there's so many illogical things.
Yeah.
But I don't care. It was so good. And yeah, look at this fucking comparison side by
This
side.
one,
I know.
like, yeah, it-
just
people
I
at home
typed
can't
in
see it.
Sonic comparison, the original trailer version versus what we got.
Yeah.
So much better. And the thing is that I loved it because what it was between the animators and Ben Schwartz voicing it, Sonic, and you can see this in the trailer, is very much an alien for the lack of a better term.
But he's
It's
a
just
hedgehog.
he's not from this world, which is they put in the
So
trailers.
he's an alien hedgehog.
Alien hedgehog that is just out of water, but he's also alone, and he's like, you know, he feels, and he makes you feel feels,
yeah.
and I fucking love it. Also, he's funny and fast.
Man.
It's so great. Like I would definitely.
So I'm
would-
guessing you recommend it. To
I highly recommend it.
Yeah.
Without a doubt, I would go see it again.
Yeah.
So for sure, Sonic. I put it on a tweet. I'm like, this might have also taken the mantle of best video game movie from.
Get out. Really?
Very different.
Please don't tell me
Very
Mortal Kombat
different.
is your favorite video game
No,
movie.
hold on.
Please tell me what the fuck else would be.
Silent Hill.
Stop.
The first Silent Hill.
Everyone stop.
Fuck you. No.
Everyone
okay.
stop. Everyone calm down.
Yeah.
All right. So Garrett and I have had this discussion,
Okay.
and we think the most accurate adaptation of a video game movie is Mortal Kombat.
Well, I hate to be the voice of reason and tell you you're wrong.
What are you talking
But
about?
also- a good movie.
Have you got Silent Hill was a good movie. The first Roger Avery's Silent Hill.
Yeah, it was terrifying.
It was a great movie and it
Fuck.
fit in line with the
You know
fucking
what?
video
You're right.
game.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I didn't even think
Maybe
about
you need
this
to have me on more often when you talk about shit you don't know about.
It's not no
That
about
one was not. That one was not even in the
The
conversation.
reason I like having you both on at the same time is like we do have different tastes.
Fuck, we did
Ryan
not
and I
even-
definitely do.
Yeah.
You and I have different perspectives.
we do, yeah.
We
but
didn't even
Silent-
fucking.
but
Yeah,
Silent
that,
Hill,
that one.
But right now, the
one
winner
was-
for me is
okay, no.
fucking Goddamn Hedgehog.
But I think Never mind. That defeats my thing too.
What?
Because I was going to say, like, Mortal Kombat, the first one should be disqualified because of the sequel, Annihilation.
Yeah, but
There's
that's
no
But then I was
reason
thinking, like,
no.
But I was like, the Silent Hill
It's
2
highway.
movie was also not great.
dog shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I was like, all right.
Yeah,
it's
disqualify.
gonna-
Yeah,
that's what I was like, all right.
I would
hurting
never
myself.
disqualify a movie for a sequel or prequel or anything else.
No, you're right. You are
There was
right.
better acting
I
in
said-
porn in Mortal Kombat 2.
No, Mortal
Yeah, but
Mortal
okay.
Kombat
So
2.
do you like
I like the first Mortal
Starship
Kombat.
Troopers?
Fucking yes!
Have you seen 2 or 3?
No. Why?
Because they are
It's not
horrible.
Because it's not Paul Verhoeven.
Horrible,
It's not
but they
Paul
exist. So by your logic,
Verhoeven.
that makes Starship
Well, he
Troopers
just
suck.
said. He just said.
It's not. It's
he
not.
just said.
Number one, Starship Troopers was a book. I don't know how many books he made, but I'm pretty sure it was only one. Number two is Paul Verhoeven, RoboCop, all the great shit he did.
Yeah.
Solid ass movie.
Love that.
2 and 3, they were straight. They were they had to play in theater for
VOD.
them to count. Yeah, they were straight to VHS.
Okay.
So they
Well,
don't- they
I'm
don't
gonna
count.
look that up. There may have been a thing. Like
There was no
literally,
Rico's Roughnecks.
Starship Troopers 2 legit looks like something we could have made. Like,
Yeah.
Really?
like
We should do
it is
Starship
that
4.
bad.
Let's
It
do
is
Starship
that
4.
bad.
Just right here in the living room.
Three got bumped up again, but literally Starship Troopers 2,
Yeah.
it looks like a studio film that if we just blacked out this whole house,
I hope
we
you-
could make it in
I
that.
hope you guys know if I ever get some like fucking just somehow like win the lottery or something, we're gonna make the worst movie of all time.
Oh, dude,
and I'm
yes.
paying for it to get in theaters.
Yeah.
We're gonna call it the F movie.
Yeah.
It's not an A or B movie, F movie.
And we're
Yeah.
gonna make the worst movie ever.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And
All
it's-
right.
we're gonna make the worst movie of all time.
Do we want to get into stories or should we get into some of these? I said
no.
So Sonic.
Hang on.
He
I
doesn't
wanna-
have enough time. We got to talk about The Shining and The Thing.
Yes,
Yes.
yes,
'Cause
exactly.
that was a big thing from
so
last week.
that last week,
I do have to pee real quick.
Go for
Yeah,
it.
go for it.
Wednesday, as anyone who's followed the show, I have not seen prior to last week's show, The Shining or The Thing, 2 classic movies, very revered by many people, including the people that are at this table.
Sitting right here.
Also
Yeah.
Ryan,
John
who's taking a piss.
Carpenter, Stanley Kubrick.
We did get a chance to watch them, which was a pretty cool, fun night to be able to do that double feature there.
Yeah, that was a good time. You know, we got pizza and we had a good
exactly.
movie night.
Really good. Was there anything watching those movies? Because I don't know when the last time you saw either of them was that.
The Thing has been more recent. I think The Thing I watched it like during the summer.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say
The Shining
anything
happened
that
a
you
bit.
didn't remember that kind of brought it back, or new perspectives about the film.
Okay, the only thing that I didn't remember with The Shining, because it's been a bit, was
Yeah.
that Roadrunner had a theme song. Because it's in the 70s, and
Oh.
the kid was watching TV, and then there was like
Yeah.
the Roadrunner theme song. I'm like, oh shit. Other than that, like
just
everything
tiny things
else,
that you noticed, not how you felt about it.
No, everything else, it's pretty much everything that I kind of remembered. I mean, there's little kind of things I can't think of right now where I'm like, oh shit, I forgot about that. But it wasn't anything that led to the story. It was just like small things. But I still enjoyed it. Enjoyed it. Like I still love that movie. It's different. I know you have a feeling about older.
I was gonna
movies.
say I'll wait till Ryan will have his own things. I know we're talking about that.
okay.
I'm gonna say what I thought about it as someone seeing these for the first
For
time.
the first time, yeah.
Starting with the shine. What?
They can't
Okay,
hear
cool.
you.
Yeah. Starting with The Shining, I really enjoyed a lot of it. However, I feel like I was spoiled with a lot of it.
Yeah.
All the quote unquote great moments that I thought that were really good, I've seen them.
You've seen them
I've seen clips.
redone, and
Redone
because
or clips or homages
it's a
or blah, blah,
cultural.
blah.
It was a cultural phenomenon. It was a pop
As a
culture
whole,
thing,
though,
like-
watching this film,
Yeah.
granted, I am taking this from the perspective of someone who's seen all that other shit.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't the biggest fan.
I know. I could tell. We could tell you didn't
But
like it.
I wanted to just say it in front of the audience. It's like I watched this, but there's so much stuff that I'm like, why? Like none of it made sense. There's no literally. I was talking to this my friend the other day. I'm like, if you took out The Shining, the actual Shining,
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
this would be the same movie
Same movie as what?
as it is.
Okay.
The only
So
difference.
they-
Hold on,
hold
hold
on.
on.
So you're saying they took away the title, or the fact
What
that
are
the
you?
kid could talk to?
What are you mad
Yeah.
about? What are you mad about? The title?
No, there's a lot. I'm saying that. I'm like, why is it even called The Shining?
Because
That's the fucking name of the fucking.
Stephen King wrote
Stephen
it.
King
Well,
book.
but you also could know. Also, go into Stephen. Well, I don't know the book. I'll say that then.
Then
Hold up. Okay,
But
that was
this
saying.
movie-
Yeah.
This movie then may just be a horrible representation of the book, which I know that Stephen King had his own shit, but I'm like, in the movie, there's no reason for that to be a Shining. The only difference in the entire
What are you
story in the
talking
movie.
about?
What do you mean?
That's how they got saved. Was because of The Shining.
Because the kid knew something bad was gonna happen. The kid kept freaking out. The red rum, call in fucking Scatman Crothers to come back.
So that's why he came back.
What did he do?
He got stabbed in the chest with an axe.
But he also,
That's what I'm saying.
But he also alerted the local police and fire department before he went up there.
All right. 2 things. Did 2 things.
And he could talk and see fucking. Oh, I guess they all did. But I mean, no.
But no, because there was a bunch of. Because obviously, there was a bunch of
you're
stuff
nitpicking.
going
You could
on.
do that with any fucking movie.
Yeah,
True.
You could take Mortal Kombat out of the title and not call it Mortal Kombat, and it's a fighting movie.
No. What
Kung
I'm
Fu
just
fighters.
saying
Fight
is
to
that
the death.
Yeah.
I just didn't enjoy the fact that I was like, this is could have been any possession story, and instead, okay, let's change that then. Take out The Shining, the actual ability to do all the stuff and get all the things, and there could be a very similar story to so many other. Dad gets possessed and wants to kill us.
That's the Amityville Horror.
No, I think you're just
That's what I said. The exact same thing.
I think
Amityville Horror is the same movie.
I think
But
you're just
Amityville Horror
without-
was made in this. Is
I'm
not
trying
the
to
same
make
movie.
a point.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I think you're just you're contributing the name The Shining to like what the thing is. When at the end of the day, they didn't have to call it The Shining. Kid could have just
called
been
it
psychic.
anything.
They could have been just been
No,
like
I'm saying that
Murder Hotel
ability.
and then the kid there and he's talking to them. You're like, oh shit, okay.
If you
the
called it
kid's
Murder
psychic.
Hotel, it would make a lot more sense.
Yeah, but then if the kid was still talking to Scatman,
Yeah, really. Fuck you for this fucking logic.
Also, Billy
because-
Skelly. Oh, no, I'm going
What?
back at Billy Skelly says 23 is Jim Carrey's worst. I disagree, sir.
Oh.
I disagree highly. Why
does DC kill
see, Shining's great. What did
all
you
the
see?
damn bad guys?
Huh?
Do I don't know what DC means?
DC Comics. He's talking about Birds of Prey now.
Oh, Birds of Prey.
okay.
We're well past that.
Yeah.
But no. Because even if they didn't call The Shining,
And
his
David-
power was
and-
The Shining. Like the
D-Ron
kid,
says the fucking Shining is great.
it is.
It is. Here's the thing: is you're not thinking
The kid could have just been psychic. You're focused on the name of The Shining and just like
No,
the
I'm
super
not. I'm saying that power.
Said.
If he wasn't psychic, then it could have just been the Amityville Horror, but then circumstances would
No,
have
it
to change
wouldn't have
so they would
because
go.
that's a completely different story.
Barely different.
No, it's not.
Also, I didn't understand and like why.
Also, because there's
Hold
no.
on. You didn't understand what?
I was like, why was okay? And I've seen this before, and I still don't get it. I thought it would make more sense after I watched it. Why is he in the photograph at the end?
Because he's been there the whole time. Because
Why has he been there all the time?
Because it was the hotel was built. They said in the beginning
On
an
an Indian burial
ground.
which is like the Poltergeist.
Shit happened.
Oh my God! You're naming movies that happened after the fucking movie. God damn it!
I'm not saying that it attributes to that.
It makes me so
I'm saying
fucking
that
mad
they
that you
share.
keep comparing it to movies that happened after this fucking movie.
Yeah,
God
after
damn
this
it.
really
Don't-
badly
if you bring up
made
another
movie.
fucking movie that happened after The Shining, I'm gonna fucking lose my mind.
Sonic the Hedgehog takes the best parts of The Shining.
God, you're making me
and
so
utilizes
fucking mad
this.
right now. You're making me so
But,
fucking
like-
mad. You keep naming movies that happened after this fucking movie that
I'm
were
not saying-
inspired by this fucking movie.
Yeah, because they make it better.
Oh, my
my
God. I just want to flip this and leave.
What is
Like,
your favorite Kubrick film?
Oh my God.
The Shining.
Is it really?
I love The Shining.
Clockwork Orange, actually.
Clockwork Orange is great. All of his
Yeah.
movies are great. Even like Eyes
Clockwork
Wide
Orange.
Shut. I know that was weird.
Eyes
Tom
Wide Shut
Cruise.
is fucking
I
fucked
really
up.
like what I saw in Clockwork Orange.
With Jack Nicholson in this movie, like fucking Jack Nicholson.
You're right, man.
Jack Nicholson
The
is
Shining,
a goddamn.
I think Clockwork Orange for me is my number one.
Well,
and
yeah,
then,
yeah,
and then
Martin
I mean,
McDonagh, yeah.
fucking Shining's right underneath it because of Jack Nicholson's performance in this entire movie.
yeah, his
I will say
slow,
this:
like,
I have
descent to madness.
nothing against any of the performances.
Yeah.
Let me
But
ask
I
you
just-
this: Have you seen One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest?
Oh, dude. Yeah.
How old is that?
That's next. That's next.
Okay,
Have you
fine.
seen? Hold
I have
on.
no problem seeing
Hold on.
it.
Do we need to go over Jack Nicholson's old catalog? Do we need to watch Easy Rider?
I mean,
and-
like
you said, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's
Danny
Nest.
DeVito's in that movie.
We've had this
Fucking
conversation.
Doc Brown's in that movie.
I haven't had this conversation with you. That's why I'm more like, what the fuck? Like,
You know how many references to that movie there are?
Yes, probably.
Thousands.
Yeah.
Even
Does it make it a good movie? Not necessarily.
even Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Okay.
That was
did
fucking.
you just say One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest is not a good movie?
I haven't seen it.
He said it doesn't make it a good movie.
Yeah, I'm saying
It does make it a good movie 'cause it
References
still-
don't make something a good movie.
Oh my god!
Fuck you! Fuck you!
Why? Okay, people don't make references to shitty movies from like the 70s and 80s. People make references because he's
disagree.
saying, name one.
I'm drunk.
Yeah. Okay. People reference these movies still because they were a cultural like thing. It was like everybody universally loved these movies, and it's still the test of time.
Why do you think we called that guy Chief in high school? Because he looks like Chief from fucking One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
What the fuck? He looks like an Indian chief. That's why I thought you called him Chief.
That's racist.
No.
Oh, I'm racist.
No, they called him Chief because he looked like the guy from One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
How was I supposed to get that? He looks like a Native American chief.
Look up Chief on One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
This just makes me so angry. Oh God!
We had a guy in high school. He was like just a dark Mexican dude, and he did look like a
no.
dude.
That's what I'm fucking.
I'm not talking about Chief. I'm talking about like.
No, I
Easy
know.
Rider
I'm trying to give you. I'm trying
Dennis
to.
Hopper.
I haven't seen Easy Rider actually.
Good one.
But I know about it, and I visited the exact
Yeah, because
cemetery.
He's
Yeah.
named Chief because he looks like a Native. He probably is a Native American.
Yeah, but
And we called him Chief because he looked like a Native American.
wrong, sir.
Are you saying all Native Americans look like Garrett?
Right.
No, I'm saying he
wrong,
looked like
sir.
that Native American.
Wrong.
Yeah. That's
wrong.
why they called him Chief.
Fucking Jack Nicholson's character is such a naive prick that he started calling him Chief because he's just a giant Native American, and that's why everyone called the other guy Chief because of this cultural reference.
Yeah, and in high school you guys were all dicks, so I assume that would just fit hand in hand.
No.
Yes.
Dicks, maybe. Racist, not that much.
Yeah.
I beg to differ. Moving fucking forward, I loved The Thing.
Did you?
I have nothing bad to say about The Thing.
Really?
Good.
Literally,
Yeah.
that was
No,
really,
things
really
on it.
fucking good.
Okay, that's actually
that actually fits into a lot of the stuff that I've ever like. The Fly.
The Fly. You seen The Fly?
Yes, I've seen The Fly. I fucking
Okay.
love The Fly.
Okay.
I'm saying I love practical effects. I love not overly convoluted storylines, and I like mystery and lore. All of that was in The Thing.
Yes.
So like The Shining too.
No, that was way too convoluted, and I
was
did not
con-
understand a lot of the shit that didn't make sense.
Just because you're too stupid to understand it doesn't mean
That's
it wasn't
fine.
good.
That is my
There was
own
nothing
thing.
convoluted about it. It's just a ghost
My
story.
favorite
Sometimes
movie
shit
of the
happens.
year is Sonic the Goddamn Hedgehog right now.
And
you
that's
guys.
fine. But I'm just saying, whatever.
okay.
I'm
Doesn't
not.
mean
I'm
there's
not.
no-
I'm not going to let you live
We're
down hate
in
The Shining.
February.
I'm not going to let you
I
live down
didn't
hate
hate
The
it.
Shining.
I didn't hate it. I didn't. It's not as I didn't I look at it and be like, wow, I can see why everyone says this is amazing. No, I saw it. And I'm like, okay.
But it's that's the problem is because it's such an old movie,
And that has a major part to do with it. I told you, I grew up and I
yeah,
saw
and you grew
new
up with
things,
references of it,
and I saw
over
them
and over and over.
That's nothing to get mad of. That's just what I was exposed to.
I know, but did
No,
you
I
ever get like
understand that.
curious? I'm like, let me see where this.
Let me see where this comes from. What is that from?
Yes, but because I didn't have 100% access, like if my family had a copy,
Blockbuster videos everywhere.
I didn't do it.
You're right, though.
There were so
You're-
many new
Okay.
movies I
Yeah,
could have just watched.
You
Yeah.
are very right to where
There was a copy of The Shining in your household. There's a copy of The Shining
there
in
was
your
not.
household.
There
No,
was
there
not.
wasn't.
There
I
was
You went
not.
to Blockbuster. You went to do a thing.
I watched it on TBS,
No,
like on TNT
I
or
didn't
some
see
shit
it.
on
I
TV.
watched it
I
on
didn't.
Sci-Fi.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You saw it because it was on TV. I didn't see it there.
Yeah, but
I didn't see. Oh, The Shining. Not gonna see that.
Bro, I grew up with you. You could have watched it if you
Wait a
wanted
second.
to.
We're going to the same goddamn.
I mean, the
house.
first time I saw Star Wars was like on TBS when I was a kid, and
No.
Empire was on.
My
And it was like,
my
what is
family.
this?
My family
then-
had every copy of Star Wars that was ever released, and they might still have it on VHS. The original cuts.
Oh, we
the
need
special
those. We need
editions.
those. You get,
Oh,
get
yeah.
your
All of
hands
the-
on those.
I have the
They're
VHS,
in VHS.
original
They're
Original
all
cuts?
on there.
Well, the THX
Yeah.
before they started adding like all the CGI stuff to it,
And that's
Right
why I
before
love Star
early
Wars.
90s.
I love
So the
Star Wars.
THX
I
remaster,
have like those ones.
but they're on
Yeah.
VHS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I love Star Wars because I grew up and I was presented like this is Star Wars, and so then I was like, oh, I like sci-fi.
Yeah.
So I saw Star Trek. I actually like Star Trek and Star Wars.
I know.
Come at me.
I know. I love Star Trek too.
I know. I'm just coming to fucking the internet.
yeah.
I'm like, come at me. I fucking like both of them. I like
You can't,
good
dude.
storytelling
You just
in this
can't.
vein.
You just can't.
You got to pick one, dude. You like Star
I
Wars?
literally-
or Star
fuck
Wars?
that.
Battlestar? Fucking Battlestar, bro?
Yeah.
I was gonna say something to piss off people. I was like, Sonic the Hedgehog is better than The Shine. It's not. I'm sorry. I like pissing off people sometimes.
I know.
Either way, The Thing is really fucking good.
Yeah,
and I
the
love
thing
it.
is a masterpiece.
Just stop naming horror movies that came after The Shining and comparing them to The Shining.
I wasn't comparing them. I'm
That's
saying
what you were. You
I'm
were,
saying,
though.
I'm
Only
saying
you
that's
were.
what
this
I
is
saw.
just like Amityville Horror. Where the Amityville
Yes. I'm not comparing it as far as films go. I'm saying it's the same movie without the Shining.
But you understand that was the fucking standard.
Yeah.
Yes.
That
And I
every
get that
fucking
they
movie
tried.
has been recreated to
Yes.
do after.
but they did it better. Would you say the first?
Let's talk about the things. Since
Would
we
you say
all
the first
enjoyed
car that
one.
Henry Ford ever built is better than a Ferrari?
I'm pretty sure a Model T. If you try to get an original Model T, it probably costs more than a Ferrari.
Cost more? Yes.
Yeah.
Better? No.
So things don't have to be better to be better.
But that's what I'm saying. You can
As
appreciate
dumb
them.
as that sounds.
I appreciate the
Maybe more valuable.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes. And value is entirely just made up because of how people feel. That's
Is
fine.
it though?
Yes, it is.
Scarcity, the value. Like you can get a Ferrari
No,
if
you
you got
can-
the money. You
it's
can't get a
literally-
Model T. You can't go to no lot and get a Model T.
Value
Look
is
at,
entirely
I just got a
people.
text from D. Rotten saying Garrett Lee is fucking nuts. Look
Thank
at that.
Yeah.
That's what that is our Famcast producer. He just texted me saying Garrett is fucking nuts.
And if you were to ask me, what do I rather drive around in, like a Ferrari or Model T? Fucking Model T. That shit probably looks. I mean, it's old, and you know, it's not as good, and it can't perform as well as a
agree with you.
Ferrari.
I would rather, but I'm saying like the actual quality of a car.
Yeah.
So yeah, either way, and it's all
Running Man.
subjective.
Did you ever watch Running Man? You watched Running Man.
I think I have. Yeah, it was an older one, but Schwarzenegger,
Yeah.
the game show-ish type thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Terrible
There's a
movie.
lot of movies where it's like, my dad obviously like watched a lot of movies from the 80s, but
I think that's what's important to talk about here because that's what we were talking about. You wanted to get into.
yes, I wanted to get into
Tastes.
why exactly do we like the shit that we like?
I think. Well,
Because I will be honest, I haven't watched a lot of westerns. I know you have,
I haven't watched much, really.
but you have a passion for them.
My dad, I love the vibe of a Western feel, and my dad was, speaking of my stepdad who raised me, he was always into John Wayne movies and fucking Clint Eastwood movies and going and I mean insistent on driving us to ghost towns when we were going on road trips to
You guys want to see some empty shit?
Yeah, it was fun, man.
Yeah.
And I really
What kid
enjoyed
didn't play
that.
like
Yeah.
Cowboys and Indians?
Fuck
growing
yeah,
up?
man! It was
so
awesome.
Cowboys, yeah, were
and,
the thing.
I think that like maybe that's what it is now that I'm like older. Like maybe that's just like what I try and hold on to about him. You know what I mean? Like even though he's alive, very much alive.
Yeah,
but
just
like you know
saying,
what I'm saying? Like that was like something we bonded on. Like we fucking.
I won't forget you, Dad. He's like, he's in the chat room. I won't forget
But
you.
you know what I'm saying
Yeah,
though.
no,
Like
no,
like
exactly
if he
what
was
you're saying.
watching like a John Wayne movie, like I'd be like, oh cool, and like I'd sit down and watch, and it'd be so, and like he'd laugh at the silly part, like we'd laugh at like the parts that were so fucking lame. But
Did you guys talk about it at all though?
No.
No.
No, you just
No.
watch it.
It was
You
just
sit
watch
enjoy
it and walked away?
We'd just watch, we'd laugh, we'd enjoy it, and then it'd be like, okay, good night, and that's it. You know,
Yeah.
like
Yeah, it was the same way because like my dad was big into sci-fi growing up, and like so I was watching. We had a sci-fi channel, so I was watching. I mean, Star Trek: The Next Generation at the time, even Voyager, Deep Space Nine, like Babylon 5, like all these old shows like on sci-fi during the time. And then like I was introduced to Star Wars and all these things, and like for me, it was just like I knew like there was much more out there that I haven't seen. Because I'm just a kid, the Star Wars movie, and like my dad said he saw it when he was younger, before anything. So I'm like, oh shit, okay. So I really like the Star Wars stuff. Like what came before Star Wars? Like what came before that? Like I want to see all these stuff that I don't know that's there, and I was just curious from that. Like okay, there's this old movie. Like where did this come from? Like who are these people? Like how did they make that? And so that's like how like my interest in movies came from. Just like. Being a kid and like it was my parents telling me like, oh yeah, I used to watch this movie when I was a kid.
Same thing.
And it was
Same
like,
thing with me. Yeah.
oh shit, okay, so this is old, and I know the cartoons I watch now, and I could see why it's different. For just animation. So I'm like, what else haven't I seen?
Exactly.
And so
that's what spiked my curiosity as a kid too. Like knowing that there was so much good stuff that happened when my mom was a kid.
Yeah, before I was born.
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly. So I'm like, I wonder what happened before that.
Yeah, like Star Wars is great, and that's when my dad was younger. So I wonder.
feel like I never did that.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I've never been like, oh, what came before what I saw?
Yeah.
I think it was always me. Was like I saw it. I was like, that's so cool. What else is out there?
Yeah.
Yes, but it was never necessarily what was before. And generally, when I said what was out there, I would find things that were current. Like obviously,
well, it's easy. Like for me, like being a kid, like it was easy to find things that were current because they're throwing it at us. So I know what's there, so I can see
Especially
that.
as a kid because they're marketed right towards you.
All the new cartoons, all that stuff, right? Like we still like now. It was being thrown at us. Saturday morning. Do they still have Saturday morning cartoons?
Yeah, they do.
Oh, okay. I don't wake up in time. But,
Definitely do.
But so we had
I always
all
had
that stuff.
my favorite favorite thing on the remote was the last button, so I can go from channel 11 to channel 5,
Yeah.
channel 11 to channel
Yep.
5, and it would just be
Watch
Fox
this-
Kids versus fucking WB Kids.
I get home from school to watch Sister, and fucking Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, I did also watch those. Like, I don't even remember what was the order that it came on when I was a kid, because it's obviously there's a lot of different stuff. It's like all the things. It's like I wanted, especially on Saturday mornings. It was like Eat the Cat, Bobby's World. I remember Thundercats was on Cartoon Network, right?
Yeah, Thundercats on Cartoon Network.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like Eat the Cat, Bobby's
Well,
World.
with Thundercats,
Eerie
And then
Indiana,
Thundercats
Eerie
used to be.
Indiana, and then Goosebumps, of course.
Yeah.
Goosebumps.
Then more
Goosebumps.
recently, it was like Yu-Gi-Oh.
That was Channel
and, like,
7.
Pokemon. Dude, I
I
remember
remember just going back and forth. But yeah, even Batman the animated series, like
Oh, Batman
5
from
o'clock
Fox,
and
dude.
Monday through Friday, 5
my
o'clock
God.
after school.
Yeah, then the
and
Justice League, and then the
Animaniacs.
Justice League,
Justice League, and then the
fucking
Superman.
Animaniacs.
Yeah, so we had all that stuff. So like we're still into that now. We've grown with that. So we're getting all that current stuff. But like just being a kid, it was just like, okay, there's all this old. And I remember like I got shown Monty Python by my best friend's dad at the time. He's like, I like this when I was
Yeah.
younger. So I got Monty Python when I was young. And what always interested me was we'd be watching stuff as kids, and then the adults would laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
That's
what do they know that I don't know? Because
Right,
that's I don't
exactly.
get this joke. And so it's always
I
like,
honestly feel that might be a thing in my own specific thing, because I talked to my parents a little bit more
Well,
recently.
we've talked about this before.
Yeah, and literally, my mom was like, my mom and my dad were literally like, did we not show you enough stuff? I'm like, your movie time was not a social time.
yeah.
My dad wakes up at 3 a.m. every day naturally, and he'll watch films. I'll wake up and he'll be halfway, 3/4 of a way done with the film, so I'm not watching that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it was never, oh, hey, like I felt like watching a specific movie. You want to sit down and watch with me or whatever? It was never that.
No,
It was
okay.
just I would be there and he'd be watching something.
Yeah, it was
or my
kinda
mom.
same
I would
way.
be there
Yeah,
and she'd be
same way.
watching something.
Yeah,
Same way.
Yeah, same. But like, and the thing was too, with like growing up, like we had the family room. You know, like there was only
Yeah.
one big TV.
Yeah, and everyone's
in the
in there.
house.
You had to watch.
You know,
figure
and it
out
was
something
like
together.
yeah. So there was the only one linked up to the cable. So or dish if we were lucky enough.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, our TV in the room was just VCR DVD. So if something were on that we all thought was funny, then we'd all
Yeah.
sit out on the couch. And for some reason, the Three Stooges.
Oh, yeah, Three
brought
Stooges
up,
too,
You
yeah.
brought up, what'd you say? It was
I brought Charlie Chaplin.
Charlie
here,
Chaplin.
Modern
Charlie
times.
Yeah, so Charlie Chaplin. Charlie Chaplin was I didn't get into later, but like my
Yeah, I got into it later. I was in the studio when I was younger because my dad was into that. So that
Okay.
added to that.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
what else
so
is there?
Three Stooges.
You'll
were-
hate me some more, but I didn't like anything that I can remember from black and white.
That's just like, I don't understand how you could, like, funny's funny. And funny transcends
Dude, we
time.
watched that Charlie Chaplin film.
Well,
the other
not
day.
even the whole
Which
film.
one?
We just did the section where
fucking one sec- the-
Modern
the-
Times, the one section when they brought the automatic
The
food
food-
thing
the food-
so
automatic food
your workers
machine.
can eat lunch and then
We
you get
watched
back
the
to work
night
faster.
and you laughed at it.
When they had the corn on the cob, that was
I'm not
funny.
saying I didn't find anything funny. I'm saying like it was never, oh, this is the best thing ever type of thing for me
Oh
to
my God.
want to
You
keep going
can't. You
for it.
have to look at it at the lens of the time. You can't compare it today because
But
obviously
I'm
movies
not
today,
doing
they-
that in the moment. At the moment, I'm just like, is it hitting me or is it not hitting me?
It was
don't
funny.
know. It's
I showed
funny.
the clip. We were laughing.
It's funny.
Like,
I laughed at the fucking Marx Brothers one. I know it wasn't the best one, but it's like the whole
Yeah.
password thing. It just it cracks
It's
me
funny.
up.
Old Abbott and Costello.
Old
it's
Abbott and
funny.
Costello.
It's funny. And you see like when people like where like jokes like kind of started, especially in movies. You see like things get repeated in time. Like, oh shit, this is where they got it from. This is Buster Keaton
Yeah.
thing. This is a Marx
Buster
Brother thing.
Keaton,
You know,
yeah.
these are they,
Yeah, well,
they've been
humans
do-
are definitely consistent in the fact that they could definitely recycle.
I just
shit.
don't think I don't know if I maybe it's just how you are wired, but for me, I always just want to know what the origin is of like specific gags, just because I think that's as especially as a comedian, like I want to
Yeah.
fucking know. I'm so interested in knowing the history behind
Yeah.
a gag, like where.
And I like when I just make the connections, like because I didn't know, like we all watched Looney Tunes and Bugs Bunny.
Yes,
I knew
yeah,
Bugs Bunny
yeah.
when he had the cigar thing. I don't know what the fuck that was. I thought it was a
Fucking
Bugs
Groucho
Bunny
Marx.
thing. And then I see Groucho Marx, I'm like,
Yeah.
oh
Oh,
shit,
yes.
that's where this comes
Yes,
from. That's
yes,
what he was
yes.
referencing, you know.
Yes.
And it just like for me, it's epiphany. And I like when things like
I
that
can't
happen.
remember a time where I didn't know that though. That could have possibly just been because
you
of
didn't
I've
know
seen
that
it in a flash.
Wait,
You knew that? I
A time where I
remember
didn't know that Bugs Bunny doing that was
For
not
Groucho
Groucho
Marx.
Marx.
Yeah, I was a kid.
So
I didn't know who the fuck
I didn't
Groucho
fucking
Marx.
know- I didn't
Well,
know-
that's it. I didn't know his name. I was like, oh, I think it's like I've seen like, oh, that's what that's from. Like,
Yeah.
No, I didn't know
the
until
way
I
that my
started
brain
watching-
is wired is different. I don't know exactly how. It's just different.
Yeah.
I didn't know until I watched the Marx Brothers,
Okay.
and then I was like, oh, it's a guy from all the Bugs Bunny cartoons.
Yeah.
And then you come to realize that the Marx Brothers came before,
Yeah.
and that's basically who Bugs Bunny was based on.
Yeah.
And I didn't fucking know that until
And when you find it out later,
find it
you're
out
like,
later.
oh,
it's kind
shit.
of a fun.
Yeah.
I think maybe that's. I mean, look, I was terrible in school, but I like learning different things.
Yeah, like history.
No, I do too. I honestly, because of the fact that it's actually baffling to me that I don't find this more of like an entertaining type of thing for me personally.
it's
I
fun. I
like
think it's fun.
understanding things. I like knowing why, but for whatever
It's like-
reason,
it's
when I
like-
see older things that obviously have been like parodied and homage and blah 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 to death, I don't care.
But I mean, I kind of guess I get what you're saying. But I mean, if you don't know what it's parodying,
Yeah.
or
Nothing. Time.
when you don't know like what it's you're taking reference from, like how do you know it's like something new or it's recycled? I just like
I guess because
Most
of
things at this
my
point
mind.
are fucking
That's what I was gonna
recycled.
say.
Yeah.
My mindset right now is because I know humans.
Yeah.
That no one's gonna have a new idea. The only thing that they're gonna be able to do is
Well, there's
take
really-
something that already exists and expand upon it or slightly differentiate
Well, that
it.
was
It's
Star-
not new.
well, that was fucking
So that's
Star
all
Wars.
I'm thinking
that
about
was Star
now.
Wars. That was Kurosawa.
Yes, exactly.
Like so it happens. But you could tell. There's only seven different
and I
stories
knew that,
you could tell.
but the
There's
thing
only
is, I don't care.
there's only
It's make it
seven-
better and do more.
Yeah, stop saying you don't care
Elaborate,
because that just
elaborate,
makes you sound like
elaborate.
a piece of shit.
Well, I don't know what the word. What am I looking for then? What is it? I like new things that elaborate on older things. I like new.
But I don't understand how you can't appreciate the old and where we came
That's
from.
I think where we're
Or where we
getting
started.
our conversation kind of mixed up. I don't not appreciate these.
But you watch
I
The
watch
Shining,
it.
But you
and
watch
I'm
The
like,
Shining, you're just like,
okay.
ugh. Like,
No. I'm like, okay, I get it. But this is not better. Like, it doesn't make me feel the same way as other things that I think do it better are, because obviously I saw them first.
All right,
I know, but
most
If
definitely.
I saw them when I was younger, if I saw The Shining when I was younger, probably
Yeah.
would have hit me way better.
yeah.
Is what I'm saying.
No.
But
Sure.
I've seen all this other stuff that's already done it
But not always. 'cause
after the fact.
I mean, The Shining,
but better.
The Shining stuck with
Sure,
me
but I
because I was a
did-
kid. Because
I-
I saw when I was a kid. Hold on, but like also at the same time, like I've watched movies when I was a kid. I'm like, this is fucking amazing, and then I watch it later. I'm like, this was dog shit. Like kids are stupid.
Have you ever done the
You know?
opposite? Where you're like, you're a kid, you're like, meh.
Yeah, there were adult movies I didn't give a fuck about because I was a kid.
And then you watch it again, and you're like, wow.
Yeah, because I was a kid and I didn't care about dramas or
Green
things
Mile.
like that.
That's kind of exactly what I'm saying.
What
is
year did
like,
the Green Mile come out?
I want to say
99.
97.
I say 99.
Okay, so I was 7 or 9 years old,
Yeah.
and I just watched that movie recently, like maybe like over the last 7 years.
99.
99.
Seven
goes
years.
to you.
So I watched it like 7 years ago for the first fucking time.
Yeah, fucking.
And it's a fantastic movie.
Yeah, Sam Rockwell kills it.
All
Michael
of it.
Clark Duncan.
Fantastic.
Yeah, like
Great fucking movie.
solid
Yeah,
ass.
I cry every
movie.
time I watch it.
Good, we're moving
Where it's
forward
just, I don't want to hurt
At
no
a
more
very, very fast speed.
Do this.
You know
rapid
who
fire,
else goes
rapid
fast?
Fire, rapid fire. Rapid
go
fire.
fast.
I got a show.
Go fast.
Rapid fire. I got a show.
Sonic the Hedgehog, of course, number one. It made $58 million
Shit.
in its opening weekend, which is more than the Birds of Prey have done until probably the weekend in its second week. Great movie. We already talked about how much I like that. Birds
They made
of
a
Prey.
Fantasy Island movie.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
like a horror.
Is that the first week? It's all right.
Yeah,
It's
first week.
12,
Opening weekend.
12.3, not horrible. Bad Boys for Life.
I still want to go see Bad
God,
Boys for
me
Life.
too. Let's go.
Yeah, sounds good. Opening this week, Emma. I don't know what the fuck that's about. Emma. Brahms, The Boy 2, which I saw the original one, did not care for. This one looks still worse somehow.
Wait, I thought the Call of the Wild, the Harrison Ford movie, that's opening this weekend too.
That's opening this weekend. No,
I thought that was a Disney Plus movie.
it looks like it would be a Disney Plus movie.
Yeah.
It looks like it would be.
Yeah.
I don't like CG dogs or CG animals.
Is that okay? Greed. What is Greed? Because that looks like Stephen Coogan, but I don't think
It
it's
does look
Stephen
like
Coogan.
Stephen Coogan. I don't see his name. Oh, nope. Don't see it. Who is this? Greed. No, that's Stephen Coogan.
Yeah, what the fuck? He's not even top.
Why
bill?
is he not stop? Yeah.
Yeah, that's
He's on the
weird.
poster. He is the poster.
He also made the worst movie I've ever seen in my life.
What's the worst movie you've ever seen?
Hamlet 2.
I haven't seen Hamlet 2.
You shouldn't.
Okay.
Hamlet 2. Wait a minute. That's like a. It's supposed to be a comedy.
It was a comedy about like high school teachers and putting on Hamlet.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
It was
yeah,
called
yeah.
Hamlet
Yeah.
2. And I remember me and Barte went and saw it opening weekend. We were the only ones in the theater. Opening weekend, like on a Friday night. Nobody else is in the theater. And then when the movie was over, we're just like, that was a load of dog shit.
Yeah.
Worst movie I've ever seen.
Nice. Yeah.
Funny, the hate
Okay,
watch.
Sonic.
Sonic breaks records with its opening weekend, making it the best comic book or best video game movie ever.
Wrong.
Did it?
What?
Wong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, I don't know. I just after looking this up, that's Sonic 2's theme. Where I'm like, that's the thing that I think is iconic. But then I figured it out because the Sonic animated cartoon where we were kids, that's the opening part of it. Is this, but in a different way.
That's the most iconic thing to you? Did you know?
For Sonic's theme.
What about the whole Michael Jackson songs they had in Sonic?
I don't know what that is.
Oh, you
Wait.
gotta look into that. Michael
It's
Jackson was
this
no, not
and
this.
when he's dying with his air bubbles.
So the rumor
Those are
was
the-
Michael
Okay,
Jackson.
okay, this is next week's episode.
Okay, the rumor was Michael Jackson was supposed to do some songs for Sonic 2.
Okay.
Or Sonic 3. And he made some of the songs, but then some fell out. They didn't do it, but they still use the songs. And they compare the songs in Sonic to other Michael Jackson songs that came out later.
Okay.
Very similar and the same. So they didn't really
Next
change
episode,
it. Yeah.
Sonic, Michael Jackson.
We'll look that up. Billie Eilish does "No Time to Die." Sounds good.
Great.
We saw
the Batman.
Pattinson. Robert Pattinson comes out in a screen test for his suit. Looks great. First thing I thought.
Why the red though?
That's what I was gonna say. First thing I
Why the
thought.
red?
Daredevil. He looks like this shot is Daredevil to me.
But then maybe that's what we were talking about was maybe the Daredevil eyes in his suit also.
Yeah, because he
has
had the white eyes. And it's a camera test, so things are going to change.
But yeah, I agree. But you remember, this is the first thing I thought of was they also did a camera test for the Joker with Joaquin Phoenix. That was the first we saw of it,
Yeah.
and it was really cool. But definitely not the entire thing. But this, as soon as I saw this, I was like, it looks like Daredevil, especially with the red and black ish. But the one thing I want to talk about the most is
Cover
how
his
it
eyes.
looks. It looks really cool. Looks like it takes a lot of inspiration from the Arkham series, and I heard that this is going to be the gun that his parents were shot with.
Oh, really?
What? Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I like that.
That's
Also,
dope.
really like the collar.
I mean,
You're
yeah.
right. Very, very Arkham Asylum.
I really like Robert Pattinson as an actor. I know, Ryan, you hated it when he got cast. I remember we talked about that, but I think he's going to be solid.
He's
I
got the
think he'll be
perfect
good.
jawline at least.
He's got a great
Yeah, dude,
jawline.
that's
he has great range. Like Robert
Like
Pattinson's
him
solid.
in the cowl, this looks great. I'm super in. I was
I get
already in, but I'm more in now.
I'm more in.
Cool.
You convinced me.
Rick Moranis is back with your boy Josh Gad.
I fucking hate.
But
Josh
what
Gad.
about Rick Moranis though?
Rick
Good for
Moranis-
him, man. Him coming back. I
I
know
love
how
it,
he
man.
retired.
I love these movies,
Yeah.
and for them to do it for a whole new generation sounds awesome to me.
Honey, I
Absolutely.
Blew Up the Kid is one reason why I was a kid why I wanted to go to Vegas.
Right?
I want to go
Right?
see the Big Cowboy. I want to see the guitar.
Yes.
I'm like, I want to go to Vegas to see those things.
Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves. Well, I saw both those. And I loved
giant
them.
M&Ms.
Yeah.
Well, I love those and saw both of those. I think I rewatched Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves more on VHS over and over than any other movie. In all honesty,
Yeah. Shrunk Ourselves, that's a good one, too.
They're on the fucking Hot Wheel. Fucking love that.
Yeah.
Fucking fighting the cockroach, riding the daddy long legs. Like that was the beginning of CGI.
Yeah, but Shrunk
Yeah.
Ourselves, he makes friends with the ant.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
didn't they make friends
he was the original Ant-Man.
Didn't they make friends with the ant like in Honey? Just the original Honey I Shrunk the Kids?
That's what I
Like
said.
the kids?
Oh, no, that was
yeah.
the
That's what I said.
no, that's what
Yeah.
you're talking about. Sorry,
Yeah.
but I love that too. Like I love this series. There's not a single installment I don't like. I'm very
And
happy that
Rick
they're doing
Moranis can't be a better dude. Like,
Yes, for those who-
solid fucking guy.
For those who don't know, like I think the story behind Rick Moranis' exit out of Hollywood was that his wife got sick, then died. He just chose to be a good father and take care of his family and not do the
Just
film
raise his
industry
kids and, yeah, step out.
until literally this year. That was like the 90s.
It's
When
pretty
he-
much.
when
he-
I mean,
yeah.
like early 2000s.
Yeah, when he
Yeah,
retired.
like he was just like, okay, well, I'm gonna go be a father then. And
'Cause he
then,
was
I mean,
also
so
on-
they all got to be in their 20s and shit now. So.
Yeah.
What was that show they did back in the day? The Canadians, him and that other guy. I can't think of the name.
Bob and Doug McKenzie.
Yes.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, Rick Moranis is dope. And
wanna see what the
Ghostbusters
last
is
movie
So
really
one of
good.
the last things that he did in showbiz was a Bob and Doug McKenzie
Yeah.
benefit show in Canada. For
Oh,
some-
really?
For something, yeah.
Okay.
yeah. Wait, what?
Oh, 2007.
No, but this is the Goldbergs in 2008.
Well, I guess
He was
had-
Dark
Benefit,
Helmet?
he was pro-
He was
oh,
cameo?
Oh no!
oh no,
Probably
because
like
he
a
watches.
Spaceball
They watch
scene.
Spaceballs.
Oh, so he gets credit for it.
Yeah.
It's also said he was in Brother Bear 2006. Brother Bear 2.
His voice.
Okay, voice.
That's a day. 2 days. It's a weekend thing.
Yeah, nothing live since the Honey We Shrunk Ourselves.
Yeah.
2007 or 1997.
Yeah.
That was the last time that I saw him do something live action.
Yeah.
So that's cool. But yeah, so no, he is officially on board with Ryan's favorite guy, Josh Gad. Speaking of Ryan's favorite people, we have Machine Gun Kelly and Pete Davidson in a new series or movie from Hulu.
It's a Hulu movie. Yeah.
Big, but now it's become such a blurred line where it doesn't matter between theatrical and streaming. They're all good looking.
They all look good.
Red Band trailer for Big Time Adolescence dropped, and I think it's a really cool looking idea. It is literally this 16-year-old teenager whose sister's boyfriend or ex-boyfriend at this point is Pete Davidson. And Pete Davidson is the bad influence / good influence / role model.
Well, we'll see. I mean,
We'll see. But
coming of age.
Watch
Those are
this
always
trailer.
good.
Looks pretty cool. Coming of age for sure. But he's definitely somebody that is trying to be a good person to this kid, but may not be the best person for this
Not
kid.
a great influence, but he's teaching him what he knows.
But he's not. He doesn't have a malicious thing behind it. He's just like, this is my life. If you want to be around, and like, yeah, let's do it. Let's do this shit together.
Yeah, I know Ryan hates him. I don't mind Pete Davidson.
I don't. Okay, did we ever get to the bottom why you don't like Pete
just
Davidson,
doesn't
or
think
you
he's
just don't
funny.
like him because you don't like him? Because you do that with a lot.
No. Josh Gad, I don't know why I don't like him. I just don't like him.
Somebody's face. Is
I just want to.
Because you said he's fat and he looks like he stinks.
I said he looks like he smells funny and like he doesn't shower and he's too nice, and I know he's a piece of shit. You know what I mean? Like,
What do you
but
mean?
that's a
Like,
game
you've
you
heard
gotta
stories?
play. Like, you know,
Like, you've heard stories?
no,
I
I just see right through his piece of shitness.
But you've never heard
But
anything bad.
That's
about Josh
Hollywood,
Gad.
though.
No, I don't like him.
That's Hollywood. I've heard
James
Ellen's a
Corden-
giant
James Corden-
bitch.
Okay, so what
But
does that
she
say?
plays nice.
That means he's not a fucking good actor, because I fucking can't stand when I see him do interviews. I'm like, I see right through you, you motherfucker.
Wow.
You want
Like,
to die.
I hear stories
Yeah,
about
but
people
that's
in
just
Hollywood.
part
I
of
don't
his
know.
job
I
to
don't
do
care.
that.
I don't like him.
What about Pete Davidson?
Pete Davidson. Okay, here's what I don't like about him.
Don't say butthole eyes.
He has butthole eyes.
His eyes are normal.
Ryan has
eyes
this
are
whole thing
normal.
about butthole eyes.
He has, dude. Look how fucking sunken his eyes are.
I'm going to defend him after this. There's one thing I saw online, but go ahead.
He has
Go.
butthole eyes.
Yeah.
Okay, look. I didn't. When he got on SNL,
Yeah.
I never thought he deserved it.
Mm-hmm.
And I still to this day don't think he fucking deserves it. And the only reason why he's still on that show, and I hold Saturday
he?
Night. Yes.
Wow.
And I hold Saturday Night Live like really fucking like a high standard for comedians and performers because
There's so many people that have
so
gone
many
on
people
that
that have
stage,
gone
yeah.
through, and he has done nothing for that show except date celebrities.
Okay.
And he's popular with, younger.
Are you saying then that you
fucking
dislike?
crowd. So was Adam Sandler. So was fucking David Spade. So was Chris
I
Farley.
know, but if they're the ones that are tuning
They were the
in,
fucking talented people in that show.
I
though.
know.
He was not. He
I know,
has nothing.
but if they
he has
know
done
him
nothing
being
for
on,
that show.
I know they get views because he's on there because of these young
you're
people.
right. They get ratings.
That's
But what
that's
has he
it.
done?
Nothing on the show.
That's why I
has
hate
no
him.
he has
So then
no
that's why I don't
standout
like him.
characters.
Ryan
nothing.
hates his
Nothing.
success, guy.
No, I get
No, I don't hate his success. I hate that
I get what
he's
you're saying.
successful for fucking nothing.
No, I get what you're saying, but like him being on SNL is just kind of like he does
He's a
the weekend
fucking-
update thing
it's
where he
a fluke.
where he doesn't play a character, he plays himself.
It's ridiculous.
But like I think it's just like he has that
It's
younger
like he's,
audience that
it's
just like tunes in to see him.
He's defiling what it takes to be a cast member on that show.
I mean, he was on Wild Now for a couple of years before he got on.
and he was
there.
terrible on that show.
He wasn't bad. I don't hate him that much, but I understand exactly what you're
Nick
saying
Cannon
about
was
SNL.
worse on
But
his own
only
fucking
thing
show.
I want to defend him on.
By
I
the
saw
way,
some. I
you
saw.
guys
I'll say this: I don't like anything I've seen Nick Cannon in.
You guys want to talk about
Nick Cannon is
that guy-
garbage.
That
Yeah.
guy's the most untalented person on TV.
I don't know. I don't know how. But no, I saw people giving Pete Davidson online shit because he's dating someone new and she's like 19 or
I don't
20.
give a
It's
fuck about
it's
And they're
Cindy
trying to call-
Crawford's daughter.
Yeah, but they're trying to call him a pedophile. Like, do you not?
Wait,
He was dating like a 45-year-old Kate Beckinsale. But
Oh wait,
yeah.
so he's finally he's over Kate Beckinsale. See, that's what I'm talking about.
And now
too.
he's dating someone like younger than that, and they're like, "Oh, he's a pedophile." Like,
He can date whoever he wants, Ryan. Let it
God.
go.
But not Kate
Kate
Beckinsale.
You don't break up.
You
with
don't
Kate.
got to right. You don't know how.
He
I don't
can't-
know.
He can't touch my Kate, bro.
She's my underworld queen,
just say-
vampire queen.
We'll say Kate Beckinsale kicked him out because there's no
I
way.
think so, might have.
because
We
he
don't know that.
Look at him,
You
he's
don't
got-
dump Kate Beckinsale.
Yeah, he's got butthole eyes and
Yeah.
weird fucking teeth.
And probably the biggest dick in the entire world.
That's not
so
not true.
what? Yeah, big dicks don't mean shit.
I know, I was just kidding. It's a joke that I see throw around everywhere. It's like, how is he doing this? Like fucking Ariana Grande, Kate Beckinsale, and now Cindy Crawford's daughter.
not a big dick.
Who looks pretty much like just Cindy
It's
Crawford.
not a big dick. It's a big platform.
Yeah.
He's on Saturday Night Live.
There's plenty of
It's
people on
no,
Saturday
it's
Night Live that are saying
the
these people.
influence. It's the
Fuck you
influence.
so fucking hard right
It's
now.
the influence. It's
both
the
of them.
power. Like you see him
Yeah.
on TV every week. So like, oh, he's a celebrity. When you know, like
I
that's
really,
just-
I want more than anything Ryan to meet Pete Davidson and become his best friend.
No.
You're like, you're actually the really coolest fucking dude.
No,
he
we're
has
not.
a better chance of becoming friends with Schlesinger than Pete Davidson.
Do you not like Liza Schlesinger? I think no.
And he's met her.
We're gonna stop that. We're gonna stop with that. Let's have a whole special on who Ryan
I've
hates.
been on a show with her.
Yeah.
Let's have a whole special on who.
I still just stood there and was just like, nope, not going to introduce
Yeah,
myself.
we're gonna have a whole special on who Ryan hates.
Oh, come on, that's not fair because I like a lot of people.
No,
I just complain about
Those
a
are
lot.
the only like those three. Like Schlesinger because she like
Josh Gad.
she kind of like sunned you because like you met her a couple times. You're like, oh, I'm Eliza. Like we've met. And like you can't.
Oh,
whatever.
no, that's Kate. That's
Oh,
Kate.
okay. Oh, yeah, I thought it was Elijah.
No, but I
all
did
right.
do a show with Elijah, and I was like, that was a fucking terrible set, and I'm not gonna fucking humor you.
Yeah, but yeah, Pete Davidson is the only other one, and that I know about.
Yeah, I did a set with her I did a show with her at the Improv, and I was like, people like this? Like,
Yeah.
I can't fucking. I don't understand.
You never know. Everybody likes something different.
No,
but-
she ate shit. She
Oh.
ate shit.
Yeah, but would you not say that any comedian eats shit at some point?
No, eat
True.
shit.
Yeah.
Go ahead and eat shit, but
Pryor is
why
probably-
would you do a 20-minute set of eating shit?
Look, I'm
Do
saying
you
Richard
stop your
Pryor
set
probably
short
ate
if you
shit.
think you're gonna eat shit?
Yeah.
If you think you are eating
you got
shit,
20
you're like,
minutes.
oh,
You
goodbye.
can't cut the light short. Like fucking do
No,
your time.
no. She ran the light.
She ran the light.
That's different.
Oh.
Whatever.
Oh, okay.
We all got set times.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Okay. Yeah. If you ran the light and you were eating dick, like
Would you understand her trying to maybe try and save it? Maybe?
no, but you got time.
No, it was terrible.
All right.
It was all terrible. And they also tried to do a thing with like a piano guy, and she was like, I'm going to do my character from my show. Not a character.
She has a show?
You're just doing a fucking annoying voice. Just whatever, dude.
Okay.
Fucking-
All right. Tune in another time for Ryan Hates Everyone. And but thank you for watching and thank you for listening so much. You can follow us over at Humpcast and us personally at Garrett underscore. I was gonna say, Garrett underscore. Usually Ryan takes the fucking
Yeah.
digs right in. He's like, you follow me right now. Garrett underscore AM Lee, Twitter and Instagram. I'm trying to post a lot more, trying to do a lot more things. Follow me, and then let's have some conversations. I want to talk to you.
Let's let the conversation begin.
Yeah.
You ever seen the
Yeah, just go follow Garrett and tell him how much he sucks for not liking The Shining.
Absolutely.
I would love to have that conversation with you. Truly, tell me.
Wrong. You're wrong.
Come up with some good points.
We're going to start this
as to why
hashtag
it's the best thing
fuck
ever.
Garrett Lee.
No.
I'm sure it's out there.
Okay. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Ryan P. Demarest. I'm going to Mount Low Brewing right now. Get down there.
Yeah. Follow me
Gotta go
on
fast.
Twitter on Steve X Rogers. There we go. That's it.
Later.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6,